Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the National Webinar Series on Local Governments for Sustainable Development, Good Practices from Kerala. Thank you all for the overwhelming support you have been giving to us all through this month. And now we are into the fifth of this series. This time we have the experiences of the local governments in Kerala on organic waste management and local governments. Definitely, this means that there will be the non-organic part of the waste management as well as the solid waste management also coming up later. So this time we have the organic waste management of the local governments. And here we have presentations from Kundamkulam municipality from Thrissur district, Eramala Grama Panchayat from Kozhikode, Kodamangalam municipality from Ernakulam, Niyur Grama Panchayat from Kottayam, Alappuzha municipality from Alappuzha district, Punalur municipality in Kollam, and Attingal municipality from Thiruvananthapuram. So welcome all the elected representatives, the heads of these municipalities and panchayats, as well as the activists and volunteers who have been part of this process. Today we have Srimati Sharda Muralidharan, the Principal Secretary of the Local Self-Government Department and formerly the Joint Secretary of the Ministry of Panchayat Raj, Government of India. She would be giving the introductory lecture or the introductory address. Welcome, Srimati Sharda Muralidharan, Madam, to this webinar series. Then we have as panelists. Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Okay. So we have as panelists, as the moderator, we have Dr. Ajay Kumar Verma, who has been the champion in waste management programs in Kerala and across the country and abroad. And as panelists, we have Srikanth M. Navrekar, the Executive Director of Nirmal Gram Nirman Kendra from Nashik, Dr. K. Vasuki IAS, the Director of Department of Agriculture. More than that, she has been the champion for waste management. Earlier, she was in charge of the waste management programs in Kerala. And Dr. Shaini from the Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin from the Ministry of Jal Shakti. So welcome to all the panelists. And finally, I welcome all those who have tuned into this program from across the country. And thank you all for joining us. And over to Dr. Seema, the Executive Vice Chairperson of the Harita Kerala Mission, who is a co-organizer of this program along with Kila and Gulati Institute. Over to Dr. Seema.
Thank you, Dr. Joy. I'm not taking much time now. I would invite Srimati Sharda Muralidharan, IAS, Principal Secretary of LSGD, to give the keynote address.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I see Dr. Thomas Isaac also sitting right next to Dr. Joy. Thank you, sir, for being with us today. Coming to the subject, which is on organic waste management and local self-governments, I, of course, will be speaking from the Kerala experience. Thank you, Madam Chair. I see Dr. Thomas Isaac also. The main responsibility of local governments as far as the solid waste management rules of 2016, the central rules of 2016 were issued, they clearly put responsibility on local self-governments. But you also would, reading through the rules, would understand that it has been primarily with the urban local bodies in mind that the entire framework has come up. Kerala has a unique context of being almost entirely peri-urban. throughout. So its panchayats also have an urban nature. Its urban local bodies have quite a bit of rural manifestations also to them. And therefore, in Kerala, the prospect of looking at solid waste management outside the cities in its entirety is also a very huge responsibility. And this is a responsibility vested with the local governments of Kerala. The 15th Finance Commission Award, when it came to us, also has prioritized drinking water and sanitation. While with the local governments, 50% of that award has to be set aside for drinking water and sanitation in most urban and rural local governments. For peri-urban areas and for urban agglomerations. And in Kerala, you would find that in at least 7 districts, about 40 to 50% of its panchayats also fall within this template of urban agglomeration. They have to put aside 100% of their Central Finance Commission grant and work also in tandem with each other to push towards robust methodologies of drinking water and sanitation management, particularly looking at solid and liquid waste management. And here our concern in this webinar is with solid waste management, and that too biodegradable waste, organic waste management. So when we look at organic waste management, again in the context of Kerala, what is it that we are looking at? First of all, perhaps there is nothing like organic waste that can be handled at a decentralized level or managed in a decentralized fashion more comprehensively. So management and source is very critical. And this requires segregation, as we all know, but segregation and also arrangements to sustain segregation, which is where it becomes interesting when you have community engagement, strong sense, local governance, which is also linked up with the local communities by way of finding solutions. And in that context, Kerala has come up with this idea of Haritha Karma Sena, the local collectors, waste collectors at the local level. So they collect both from households as well as from institutional areas. While they are collecting non-biodegradable waste, the very fact that they are going and advising on segregation, that they are trained to advise on looking at organic ways of managing organic waste, also ensures that there is a almost constant monitoring in the most rural area as well of whether source segregation is actually taking off. And then there is this question of tying up of the non-biodegradable waste and connecting it with the with material collection facilities as well as resource recovery facilities to ensure that this segregation does not end up later getting mixed in garbage dumps and creating problems on the ground. So when we look at organic waste, it is a matter of completing the loop of waste. So from waste to fertilizer to food production and back to waste. So can this virtuous cycle, while it is done in households, but can it within the local government, can it be done, managed, maintained? Can communities be involved? Both the household and the local community, and particularly if we are looking at local communities coming into this and institutionalization, then we are looking at coordination by the local government. We are looking at leadership by the local government. We are looking at innovative examples that can be innovative solutions that come up with the local governments. And these solutions are primarily not necessarily technical solutions, they are process solutions. They are solutions of coordination, they are solutions of convergence, they are solutions of ensuring that both the mechanism, the facility, the people, the returns from this, that this becomes viable, that as livelihood opportunities, there is a good output, that it gets linked with the local economy, the ecosystem, a clear ecosystem is developed. And when a clear ecosystem is developed, we find, and we'll be hearing this from the presentations of our successful models, the presentations will be showing you also how linking it with agriculture and agricultural production can lead to successful models, and how these local ecosystems are not just developed but sustained. And many of these models are models which have been going on for quite some time, which have seen change of guard of local government, but have still persevered. And I think that's an extremely important lesson for us to be taking. Another interesting thing that we have been seeing is that these local governments have also become for us spearheading the initiative for further sustainable interventions, like and green protocols, like going plastic free. And that has inspired the Harita Kerala mission of Kerala to also be looking at getting local governments to institutionalize Harita protocols. Of course, there is the issue of legacy waste, mixed waste management, which can torpedo the efforts of local governments. We need to be able to find separate solutions for each of these problems. But the moment there is the will and the initiative and the monitoring, and what is extremely critical from the local government's point of view is the fact that they continuously monitor, they continuously inspire, they and keep on improving upon the interventions that they do. It is this capability which has perhaps inspired the this year's budget to make an ambitious announcement, which was to have 500 of our 1,000 gram panchayats, 941 to be precise, to go waste free, and 50 of our 93 municipalities to become waste free this year. It is an ambitious target, and we were all set on course until COVID struck us. But like good soldiers, we are not allowing COVID to have the last say, and therefore we are fighting back, and we are looking at finding solutions on the ground and ensuring that supporting our local governments who have been doing some fantastic work there. But at the same time, they have not let their eye off the ball as far as waste management is concerned. Kudos to them, and I'm sure that the presentations that we hear will be inspiring us further. And hopefully, with the national inputs that would be coming in, we could be looking to set up models that will be not just sustainable, but replicable and worthwhile of taking abroad to other states, other local governments in Kerala itself, and help Kerala attain that goal of being completely waste-free. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your inspiring words. As Srimati Sharda Muralidharan said, local self-governments in Kerala are playing a leading role in waste management. And our local self-governments are also playing in a significant role in converting bio-waste to organic manure. It is estimated that 7,700 tons of bio-waste is generated in Kerala every day. After this, about 73% of bio-waste is treated now at source level, using different methods like community level composting, institutional level composting, using biogas plants at community level, institutional level, and using pipe compost and compost pits at source level, at households level. Almost 34 lakh households are now treating their waste as bio-waste as source level. So it's really a commendable achievement. This has been achieved through the leadership of our local self-government and with the concerted efforts of other agencies. Now we are going to listen to the experience of 7 local self-governments, that how they handle successfully that issue of organic waste. So first we are going to listen the story of Kunnangulam municipality. Kunnangulam municipality in Thrissur district shows not only how to manage the waste, but also how to make wealth out of it. Proper segregation, proper technology, and proper monitoring are the key factors behind the success of Kunnangulam municipality. Instead of depending others for the inputs of waste processing, Kunnangulam has developed their own method to become self-reliant as much possible. I request Chairperson Srimati Sita Ravindran to lead the presentation.
ആയിരത്തി 1948 കുന്നംകുളം നഗരസഭ രൂപീകരിച്ചത്. അന്നു മുതൽ നഗരസഭയുടെ എല്ലാ മാലിന്യങ്ങളും കുറുക്കമ്പാറയിലെ ട്രഞ്ചിങ് ഗ്രൗണ്ടിൽ 5 ഏക്കർ വരുന്ന ആ പ്രദേശത്താണ് നിക്ഷേപിച്ചിരുന്നത്. പിന്നീട് നഗരം വികസിച്ചു, നഗര മാലിന്യങ്ങളും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ വ്യാവസായിക മാലിന്യങ്ങളും വർദ്ധിച്ചു. ഇതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി ഈ പ്രദേശത്തെല്ലാം വലിയ വലിയ മാലിന്യ കൂനകൾ തന്നെ ഉയർന്നു വന്നു. ഒരുപാട് ജനകീയ പ്രക്ഷോഭങ്ങളും ഇതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടുണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ പല പ്രാവശ്യവും അവിടെ മാലിന്യം സംസ്കരിക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള ഒരുപാട് പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ നടത്തി. പക്ഷെ അതൊന്നും വിജയകരമായില്ല. 2016 ഒക്ടോബറിലാണ് ആദ്യമായിട്ട് അവിടെ ജനങ്ങളെ ബോധ്യപ്പെടുത്തിക്കൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ആദ്യം 1 ടൺ മാലിന്യം അവിടെ വളമാക്കി മാറ്റി അവരെ ബോധ്യപ്പെടുത്തി അവർ തന്നെ സമ്മതിച്ച് അംഗീകരിച്ചതിന് ശേഷമാണ് അവിടെ മാലിന്യം വളമാക്കി മാറ്റുന്ന ഒരു പ്രക്രിയയിലേക്ക് മാറിയത്. അത് IRTCയുടെ നല്ല ഇടപെടലിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടാണ്. അത് വലിയ ഒരു വിജയമായി മാറുകയും ചെയ്തു. ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ കാണുന്ന ഈ ജൈവവള സംവിധാനം അവിടെ ഒരുക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചത് ഇതിന്റെ ഫലമായിട്ടാണ്.
Kunnamkulam municipality in Thrissur district stretches in an area of 34.18 square kilometers with a population of 54,071. Since the formation of the municipality, the trenching ground is Kurukkanpara, which is at 2 kilometers from the town center. In the early days, the trench was filled with human excreta, but over the time, the ground was piled up with organic and inorganic urban waste. This decades-long waste management issue is solved by the municipality in 4 years through proper planning and implementation of projects. It is estimated that 4.5 tons of bio-waste is generated daily by 3,062 establishments and 12.17 tons by 13,588 households within the municipality. The waste from the establishments is sent to the centralized plant and biodigestible bins have been distributed in all schools and offices. Biodigesting bins have been made available at subsidized rates for the treatment of household waste.
മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണ രംഗത്ത് ഞങ്ങൾ നേരിട്ട മറ്റൊരു പ്രധാന വെല്ലുവിളിയായിരുന്നു കൃത്യസമയത്ത് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ചകിരിച്ചോറ് ലഭ്യമാകാത്തത്. പൊള്ളാച്ചിയിൽ നിന്നാണ് കൊണ്ടുവന്നിരുന്നത്. അത് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇവിടെ തന്നെ ചകിരി സംസ്കരണ യൂണിറ്റ് ആരംഭിക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചു. അതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി ഈ ജൈവവളം നിർമ്മിക്കുന്നതിന് ആവശ്യമായ മീഡിയ, ചകിരിച്ചോറും ഇനോക്കുലവും കൂടിയിട്ടുള്ള മീഡിയ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് തന്നെ തയ്യാറാക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചു. 150 രൂപയ്ക്കാണ് മുൻപ് ഹരിതകർമ്മസേന വഴി വീടുകളിൽ എത്തിച്ചിരുന്നത്. ഇപ്പൊ ഞങ്ങൾക്കത് 100 രൂപയ്ക്ക് ആളുകൾക്ക് ലഭ്യമാകുന്ന ഒരു അവസ്ഥയുണ്ടായി.
Currently, 30% of household waste is treated at source. Thus, out of the total 16.67 tons of bio-waste of the corporation, 22% is treated by the corporation through centralized waste treatment plant and 24% by decentralized systems. The aerobic composting method, which treats bio-waste with the help of coir pith and inoculum, is implemented here with the help of Integrated Rural Technology Center or IRTC Palakkad. This is done on the basis that the microorganisms decompose the organic matter in the aerobic condition and add it to the soil. One of the major factors hindering this activity of microorganisms is the moisture in the waste heaps. The stagnant water eliminates the aerobic condition and causes the waste to decompose. The coir pith absorbs this water and then evaporates it. This inoculum is full of bacteria and fungi that work in different conditions and speed up composting. The success of this treatment system is due to the fact that it provides the right conditions for the functioning of microorganisms. The waste collected from various institutions in the city is collected by two Kudumbashree groups, Aishwarya and Sevana. The waste is then sent to the plant at Kurukkanpara. Samatha, a group of 6 local women, compose the waste. The waste is mechanically cut into small pieces and added to the coir pit and inoculum. The machine is used to increase the working surface area for microorganisms. These wastes accumulate in small piles having dimensions 60 centimeters wide and 1 meter tall mounds to ensure ventilation. After 10 days, these mounds are dismantled, turned over again and sprinkled with water. The compost is collected after the 30th day, filtered, packed and sold as required. The fertilizer is sold to the farmers in the municipality at the rate of Rs 12 per kilogram. Prior to the commercial sale of fertilizer, the testing of fertilizer was carried out at the University of Agriculture and Karnataka Horticulture to ensure the quality. Last year, it was able to produce 400 tons of manure. Of this, 174 tons were sold. In addition to compost manure, micronutrients like Trichoderma, fluorescent Pseudomonas, and VAM are added in the fertilizer. 2 kilograms of micromanure is added to 1 ton of manure. Last year, fertilizer was sold at a cost of Rs 1,39,200. It is sold in 40 kilogram bags. It costs 19.5 per sack. Of this, Rs 84,825 was spent.
പിന്നീട് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് നേരിടേണ്ടി വന്ന വലിയൊരു പ്രശ്നമായിരുന്നു കോഴി വേസ്റ്റ്. സമീപത്തുള്ള കുളങ്ങളിലും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ തോടുകളിലെല്ലാം കോഴി മാലിന്യം പൊങ്ങി വരുന്ന ഒരു അവസ്ഥ കണ്ടു. പക്ഷെ അത് അവിടുത്തെ ജനങ്ങൾ തന്നെ അതിന് തയ്യാറായിക്കൊണ്ട് നഗരസഭയെ സമീപിക്കുകയാണ് ഉണ്ടായത്. അപ്പൊ അതിന്റെ ഭാഗമായി IRTCയുമായി ചർച്ച ചെയ്തു. ചർച്ച ചെയ്തതിന്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ അത് വിജയകരമായി നടപ്പാക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും എന്ന് ബോധ്യപ്പെട്ടതിന്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിൽ 2019 ജൂലൈ 1 ഞങ്ങളത് കോഴി മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണം അവിടെ വളമാക്കി മാറ്റുന്ന ഒരു സംവിധാനം ആരംഭിച്ചു.
Kundamkulam municipality has spent Rs 57.5 lakh on various stages to make the Kurukkanpara plant operational. The municipality charges Rs 5 per kilogram for poultry traders for collecting the poultry waste. Garbage collecting groups charge a fee from institutions, and through this 10 Kudumbashree workers are getting an income of around Rs 10,000 per month. Apart from financial assistance from the local body, all other responsibilities for waste management are carried out by the ME group Samatha of Kudumbashree workers. The wages at the rate of Rs 550 per day for a group of 6 persons is Rs 11,88,000 a year. The cost of coir powder is 7.12 lakhs per year and the cost of the inoculum is 5.18 lakhs per year. Since it deals with waste, machine parts need to be repaired at regular intervals. Faults in the waste collection may also cause damage to the machine parts. An average of Rs 50,000 per annum is set aside for operation and maintenance of the machines, and total annual electricity bill is only Rs 13,560. Other operational charges includes the buying of uniforms and the necessary safety equipments. Also, used gloves, boots, shoes, and masks are replaced at regular intervals. All these cost to Rs 20,000 per year. In addition, Rs 15,000 is spent on other expenses like tools, sack needles, etc., and Rs 4,500 a year on health insurance. Thus, the total cost for operation and maintenance add up to Rs 27.46 lakhs. About 400 tons of manure is produced annually as part of these activities. Of that, 174 tons of fertilizer was sold last year. It is being sold within the municipality at Rs 12 per kilogram, collecting 20.88 lakhs through this. IRTC contributes 6 lakh per annum to Samatha. An additional Rs 2,16,000 paid directly by the corporation brings the total revenue to Rs 29.04 lakhs. Through this, A balance of rupees 1,57,715 is received. Currently, Harita Karmasena is collecting inorganic materials from 9,064 households and collects from 3,000 stores in the city. The service charges of rupees 3,41,845 per month was rupees 1,81,624 for plastic and rupees 29,000 for paper and frame. Through this, 58 people get permanent employment. A pelletizing unit has also been set up to recycle plastic. Through this, a turnover of rupees 1.15 lakh has been achieved till date.
എൻ്റെ മാലിന്യം എൻ്റെ ഉത്തരവാദിത്വം എന്ന ആ ലക്ഷ്യത്തിലേക്ക് ജനങ്ങളെ ബോധവൽക്കരിക്കുന്നതിനും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ അവർ മാലിന്യം വലിച്ചെറിയാതെയും മാലിന്യം കത്തിക്കാതെയും ഇരിക്കുന്നതിനുള്ള നല്ല ഇടപെടൽ നഗരസഭയുടെ ഭാഗത്തു നിന്നും ഉണ്ടായി. അത് മാത്രമല്ല മാലിന്യം വലിച്ചെറിയുന്നവർക്ക് നല്ല ഫൈൻ ഈടാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടും അവരുടെ ആ രീതിയെ മാറ്റിക്കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
For the municipality to reduce plastic sales and its disposal over the past 1 year, shops were fined rupees 2,57,000 for selling banned plastic bags. At the same time, through Harita Karmasena and Kudumbashri, the production and promotion of cloth bags was intensified. Over the past 4 years, the waste landfill trenching ground has been transformed into a green park. The city's comprehensive Sustainable Development Intervention Center, Testing Center and Workshop. Green Park is moving forward with an emphasis on bioproduction instead of bio-waste treatment and on its recycling through scientific segregation rather than the collection of bio-waste. Today, Green Park has become an institution where students from nearby schools and researchers from foreign universities come to study. With the support and assistance provided by IRTC and other government agencies, Green Park is constantly evolving and moving forward.
മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണത്തിലെ നിരന്തരമായ ഗവേഷണങ്ങളും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ സാങ്കേതിക സപ്പോർട്ടും അനിവാര്യമാണ്. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് IRTCയുടെ സാങ്കേതികമായിട്ടുള്ള സപ്പോർട്ട് ഉള്ളതുകൊണ്ട് ഞങ്ങൾ കൃത്യമായി ഓരോ ഘട്ടങ്ങളിലും പുതിയ പുതിയ മാറ്റങ്ങൾ വരുത്തിക്കൊണ്ടാണ് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നത്.
Thank you, Chairperson, for your wonderful presentation. Now we will go to Eramala Grama Panchayat. Eramala Grama Panchayat in Kozhikode district comes to the scene of proper waste management through their scientific approach in treating as much bio-waste as possible at the source level and introducing proper solution for the waste in the town area. Converting the bio-waste into manure and using this organic manure for promoting agriculture is the strategy of Eramala. I would request President Sri M.K. Bhaskaran to do the presentation.
മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണവുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടുകൊണ്ട് എറണാകുളം പഞ്ചായത്തിൽ 2007 മുതൽ ചില പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങൾ നടത്തുകയുണ്ടായി. പഞ്ചായത്തിന്റെ കേന്ദ്രമായിട്ടുള്ള ഒർക്കാട്ടി ടൗണിൽ പുറന്തള്ളപ്പെടുന്ന പ്ലാസ്റ്റിക്കേതര മാലിന്യങ്ങൾ പഞ്ചായത്തിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം വലിയ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ടാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്.
Addressing the issue of bio-waste management has been a burning issue for Eramala Grama Panchayat too, as in many other local bodies of the state. This panchayat is located in Vadakara block of Kozhikode district, having 19 wards with a population of 34,678 numbers and 9,120 households. The Grama Panchayat decided to look the issue of bio-waste management with a perspective to utilize the same for manure production, thereby generating a resource out of it, and to utilize the same for the betterment of agriculture. A waste management plan and strategy was arrived with consultation among different stakeholders with the following objects: to make all public places of the panchayat bio-waste free and to establish appropriate bio-waste management method in households, shops and establishments and public places of the panchayat. To establish a proper collection mechanism for bio-waste from the town area of the panchayat and to set up a plant for conversion of the same to organic manure. to convert the bio-waste generated in Panchayat to quality organic manure and to supply the same to farmers. To establish a supply chain to distribute the bio-manure so produced to the farmers. The background work for formulating an integrated strategy for waste management started as early as 2016-17 by entering into an agreement with Integrated Rural Technology Center IRTC Palakkad. It was during 2017-18 financial year. A comprehensive waste management plan was formulated and accordingly a waste management committee was formed for the purpose.
അതിന് പരിഹാരം കാണുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി പഞ്ചായത്ത് ഭരണസമിതി അംഗങ്ങളുടെ പ്രതിനിധികൾ, രാഷ്ട്രീയ പാർട്ടി പ്രതിനിധികൾ, മർച്ചന്റ് അസോസിയേഷൻ പ്രതിനിധികൾ, ആരോഗ്യ പ്രവർത്തകർ എന്നിവർ ചേർത്തുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു വേസ്റ്റ് മാനേജ്മെന്റ് കമ്മിറ്റിക്ക് തുടക്കം കുറിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി.
The plan to handle both bio and non-bio waste started functioning on 3rd June 2019. Panchayat spent rupees 39,91,760 for the facility, which included the shed for the plant, shredder to crush the bigger materials like banana bunch stock, sieve for manure, so produced, space for segregation of non-bio waste, office and resting place for the Harita Karma Sena, toilet facilities, etc. 38 members of the Harita Karma Sena is the backbone of the waste management system of the Panchayat. It was decided to form a separate group for bio-waste management and accordingly 5 members from among the Harita Karma Sena were selected and given training with the help of the Harita Sahaya Sthapanam, Integrated Rural Technology Center IRTC Palakkad. It is estimated that the daily organic waste production from the 9,210 households and 2,886 shops and other establishments is 54 tons. Source level waste treatment and management is being adopted through 4,000 numbers of compost pits established through MGNREGS, 12 biocompost units, 16 in-a-day compost units, and 25 biogas plants. Rupees 14,40,000 has been provided for project to distribute biobin for organic waste management to remaining 5,182 households of the total of 9,210 numbers. The organic waste from Orkateri town is collected and depending the quantum of waste generated and handed over, the user fee charge is from rupees 375 to rupees 1,500 per month, and thus the Harita Karma Sena gets an income of rupees 75,000 per month on this account. The organic waste collected daily from shops and other establishments is brought to the waste management plant and is converted to organic manure using windrow method of composting. The manure produced is sold to the cooperative bank at the rate of rupees 10 per kilogram. Karma Sena collect the organic waste from shops and other establishments charging a user fee. Depending on the quantity of the waste handed over, the user fee ranges from rupees 375 to rupees 1,500 per month. The total income of Harita Karma Sena from all sources is estimated at rupees 1,95,000 per month. The 5 HKS members at the plant are paid at rupees 10,000 per month, amounting to a total of rupees 50,000 per month. The fuel for the vehicle cost at rupees 3,000 per month. Thus, even at lean period of waste collection, it can be observed that the process can be run as a viable business model. 33 members of the Harita Karma Sena are involved in the collection of non-degradable waste from homes, shops, and other establishments. Out of the total of 9,120 households, 85% user fee collection has been achieved. The user fee rate for houses is rupees 30 per month and that for shops is rupees 50. The user fee income comes to rupees 2,45,000 per month and that from the sales of different segregated articles is rupees 25,000 per month. Harita Karma Sena members are paid at rupees 7,500 per month and thus a total expense of rupees 2,47,500 on that account. Even here, it can be found that the enterprises runs on a balanced income and expense levels. Eramala Panchayat addressed the issue of organic waste management with a comprehensive approach, and the results of the well-planned and executed project is certainly a model for others to emulate. The experience of Eramala Panchayat in management of their organic waste with a scientific approach, which serves as a model for other local bodies worth emulating to plan and establish such sustainable waste management system in their localities.
Thank you, President, for the presentation. Now we are going to the Middle Kerala, Kodamangalam municipality. Kodamangalam municipality in Ernakulam district has come to the scene of proper waste management lately, but has become an emulated model for other LSJs. Waste management is a burning issue for most of the local bodies, but the issue of Kodamangalam was burning of the waste at the dumping yard, and the public protest started in connection with that. The effort to solve the issue led the municipality to a proper waste management system. Now Kodamangalam municipality will tell us how they turned a crisis into an opportunity. I would request Chairperson Srimati Manju Saiju to share their story.
40 വർഷത്തിലേറെ ആയി സ്ഥാപിതമായിട്ടുള്ള കോതമംഗലം നഗരസഭ ഭൂപ്രകൃതിയിൽ സംസ്ഥാനത്തെ തന്നെ വിസ്തൃതമായ ഒരു നഗരസഭകളിൽ ഒന്നാണ്. 31 വാർഡുകളിലായി വ്യാപിച്ചു കിടക്കുന്ന കോതമംഗലം നഗരസഭയിൽ ഏറെ സങ്കീർണമായ ഒരു പ്രശ്നമായിരുന്നു മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണം. അതിനുവേണ്ടി മുൻപുണ്ടായിരുന്ന ഭരണസമിതി നിർമ്മിച്ച ഡംപിംഗ് യാർഡിൽ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്ന ഷെഡുകൾ ഉപയോഗിച്ചും ശാസ്ത്രീയമായ രീതിയിൽ എങ്ങനെ മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണം നടത്താമെന്ന് ഭരണസമിതിയും ഇവിടെ മാറി മാറി വന്ന ഉദ്യോഗസ്ഥരും എല്ലാം കൂടെ നാട്ടുകാരും എല്ലാം ചിന്തിക്കുകയും അതിൻ്റെ ഫലമായിട്ട് ശാസ്ത്രീയമായ മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണം സാധ്യമാകുമെന്ന് തെളിയിച്ചിരിക്കുകയാണ് കോതമംഗലം നഗരസഭ.
Kodamangalam municipality, having an area of 40.04 square kilometers, consists of 31 wards with 12,200 houses and 2,960 institutions. Earlier, waste management was not carried out in Kodamangalam in a scientific and eco-friendly manner. The unsegregated waste collected from houses and institutions had been transported to the dumping yard. Leachate that polluted the nearby water bodies and the foul smell from the waste led to natural protests from people. The state government issued the guidelines of the waste management submission of Haritha Kerala Mission in 2017. Based on the guidelines, Kodamangalam municipality decided to set up facilities like Haritha Karma Sena, MCF and RRF for the proper segregation and management of waste. Steps to implement the waste management plan started with an awareness workshop on 26/9/2017, followed by an exposure visit to the waste management plant at Technopark, Thiruvananthapuram. Awareness campaigns continued, and at the same time, the message of Green Protocol was also spread. When the festival of Kodamangalam Church was conducted by following Green Protocol, the municipality became more confident in implementing a total waste management system. With the help of Mar Athanasius College of Engineering, distribution of cloth bags was also done in houses and shops within the municipal corporation as part of it. A special project was made for this. Based on a survey conducted in 2017 as part of Freedom from Waste campaign, it was found out that out of the 12,100 houses in the municipal area, 7,532 houses are either situated in plots having more than 10 cents of area or have its own source-level biodegradable waste treatment facilities. Waste produced from the remaining houses and the 2,960 shops in the town area, which reached the dumping yard as unsegregated, created the issue. While discussions were going on in this direction, unexpectedly, the legacy waste in the dumping yard was caught fire.
2019 ഡിസംബർ 31 ശരിക്ക് ഈ കോതമംഗലം നഗരസഭയുടെ നിലവിൽ ഏതാണ്ട് 2 ഏക്കറോളം നടക്കുന്ന ഈ സ്ഥലത്തുള്ള മാലിന്യങ്ങൾ പണ്ടേ കൂട്ടിയിട്ടിരുന്ന മാലിന്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം കൂടി വലിയ തോതിൽ തീപിടുത്തം ഉണ്ടാവുകയും സമൂഹത്തിൽ ഇതൊരു വലിയ വിഷയമാവുക ഇവിടുത്തെ നാട്ടുകാർ മുഴുവൻ ചേർന്ന് നമ്മുടെ ഈ മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണ രംഗത്തേക്ക് ഇവിടേക്ക് മാലിന്യം കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ പറ്റാത്ത തരം വലിയ ഒരു ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുണ്ടാക്കുകയും അവിടെ തടയും ഒക്കെ ചെയ്തു. ഈ സാഹചര്യത്തിൽ ജനുവരി 13 കൂടി ഒരു മീറ്റിംഗ് കൂടി ഒരു മാസത്തിനകം ഞങ്ങളവിടെ ജൈവ മാലിന്യ പ്ലാന്റും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ അജൈവ മാലിന്യങ്ങൾ വേർതിരിക്കുന്ന സംവിധാനവും ഒരുക്കുമെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് ഒരു ചാലഞ്ചായിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു.
This made the municipality council speed up the setting up of segregated waste management system. With the involvement of experienced officials, a portion of the dumping yard was converted into an 8,000 square feet windrow composting unit, and an MCF was also set up there. 42-ton legacy waste remained in the dumping yard, was handed over to Kerala Enviro Infrastructure Limited with the help of Clean Kerala Company. As a result of continuous awareness programs and enforcement actions, now the waste reaches the plant in a totally segregated manner. Now almost 10 tons of compost is produced from the windrow composting unit per month. In February 2020, 3 tons of compost was sold to farmers at a rate of Rs 12 per kilogram. Currently, about 5 tons of compost is under stock. Along with this, the municipality decided to encourage the source-level waste management as much as possible and started distributing biobins to houses where other composting methods are not possible for want of space. This project is still going on. 4 Harida Karma members are employed in the windrow composting unit and 6 in the MCF for segregation of non-biodegradable materials. 25 Harida Karma Sena members are involved in the collection of biodegradable, non-biodegradable materials. User fee ranging from ₹100 to ₹500 is collected from the shops and houses according to the quantity of waste.
ഫുഡിൻ്റെ വേസ്റ്റാണ് കയറ്റി വിടുന്നത്. ആ ഫുഡിൻ്റെ വേസ്റ്റിന് നമ്മൾ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ തന്നെ അതിനെ കൂട്ടി ഇളക്കി ഇനാക്കിലൊക്കെ ചേർത്ത് അതാണ് വളമായിട്ട് ഞങ്ങൾ എടുക്കുന്നത്. ഈ വളം നല്ല രീതിയിൽ പോകുന്നുണ്ട്, കൊണ്ടുപോയെന്ന് എല്ലാവരും പറയുന്നത് നല്ല വളമാണെന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. പിന്നെ ഞങ്ങളിവിടെ ഒരു കുറച്ച് പച്ചക്കറിയൊക്കെ നട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതിന് ഈ വളമാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ യൂസ് ചെയ്തത്. അതിലിപ്പോൾ തക്കാളിയൊക്കെ കായ്ച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്.
മുനിസിപ്പാലിറ്റിയുടെ ജൈവ മാലിന്യം കൊണ്ടുണ്ടാക്കിയ വളം മേടിച്ചിട്ട് ഒരു 2 കിലോ വെച്ച് ആണ് ഒരു വാഴക്കിട്ടത്. അത് അടിസ്ഥാന വളമായിട്ട് ഇട്ടു. അത് ശരിക്കും നിന്ന് കൂമ്പെടുക്കണം. നമ്മൾ എല്ലാ തവണയും ഉപയോഗിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത് കോഴിവളമായിരുന്നു. കോഴിവളം ഇടുമ്പോൾ ഒറ്റ ആക്രാന്തം പിടിച്ച് വളർന്ന് പെട്ടെന്ന് തീർന്നു. ഇത് അടിസ്ഥാനമായിട്ട് ഇട്ടിട്ട് ശരിക്കും നിന്ന് വേരെടുക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇത് ഏറ്റവും നല്ല വളമായിട്ടാണ് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത്. ഇപ്പം ജൈവവളത്തിൽ തന്നെ ഇത് കുളപ്പിച്ചെടുക്കാനാണ് എൻ്റെ ഉദ്ദേശം.
Harida Karma Sena members are given Rs 9,000 per month as wage, along with the income obtained from the sales of non-biodegradable materials and compost. An amount of 7 lakh rupees given by the municipality as viability gap fund have been used for this so far. A new project to distribute 3,000 biobins and 800 biogas plants for source-level waste management is underway. It has also been decided to distribute 5 tons of compost from windrow unit to the farmers free of cost to encourage farming. Project to set up 14 mini MCFs is also going to be implemented this year. The experience of Kodamangalam municipality underlines the fact that with maximum source level management of bio-waste and segregated management of outflow waste, the management of waste would never be a problem.
Thank you, Chairperson. Now we are going to Needur Grama Panchayat. Needur Grama Panchayat in the Kottayam district becomes noteworthy with their interventions in addressing the biodegradable waste problem by adopting solutions like pipe composting, biogas plant, compost pits, and Tumburmori model aerobic composting. Starting from the efforts to manage the waste heaps at the market, Needur has now become a model for other local self-government institutions in implementing a well-planned waste management system. I would request President Sri P.D. Radhakrishnan and former President Sri N. Manilal to do the presentation.
കോട്ടയം ജില്ലയിലെ കടുത്തുരുത്തി നിയോജക മണ്ഡലത്തിൽ വൈക്കം താലൂക്കിൽ സ്ഥിതി ചെയ്യുന്ന ഞീഴൂർ ഗ്രാമപഞ്ചായത്ത് ശുചിത്വ മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണ രംഗത്ത് മാതൃകാപരമായ പ്രവർത്തനമാണ് നടത്തിവരുന്നത്. പഞ്ചായത്തിലെ പ്രധാന കമ്പോളമായ ഞീഴൂർ മാർക്കറ്റിൽ മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണം ഫലപ്രദമായി നടപ്പിലാക്കിയാണ് പഞ്ചായത്ത് ശുചിത്വ മികവിലും ചൂടുവച്ചത്.
The panchayat is spread across 28.91 square kilometers with 17,608 people. It has 14 wards with 4,731 houses. The stepping stone of Needur Gram Panchayat into waste management was impeccable waste management of the Needur market. Apart from that, there are 60 public sector enterprises, 242 commercial establishments, 1 rubber-based factory, and approximately 24 small-scale enterprises. One of the biggest challenges faced by the society is related to waste management. There was a situation in which heaps of waste were accumulated in the surroundings of households, public institutions, and commercial establishments. Processing of biodegradable, non-biodegradable e-waste has been a huge challenge to local self-government institutions. Local self-government bodies understood the health issues due to dumping of waste and implemented effective solutions to mitigate the issues. For addressing the biodegradable waste, the following solutions were adopted: pipe composting, biogas plants, compost pits, Tumburmori model aerobic composting, and for handling non-biodegradable waste, a plastic shredding unit has been installed. In 2017, a Freedom from Waste survey was rolled out, which put the facts clearly on the table.
നമ്മുടെ പഞ്ചായത്തിലാകെ 1362 ടൺ മാലിന്യം ഉൽപ്പാദിപ്പിക്കപ്പെടുന്നുണ്ട്. അതിൽ 1356 ടൺ ജൈവ മാലിന്യമാണ്. അതുകൂടാതെ 5 ടൺ അജൈവ മാലിന്യവും 1 ടൺ ഈ വേസ്റ്റും ഉൽപ്പാദിപ്പിക്കപ്പെടുന്നുണ്ട്.
The first step undertaken by the Panchayat was tackling those biodegradable waste which are dumped and thrown out in open by way of processing the biodegradable waste at the source itself. Following were deployed pipe composting in 2,321 houses, biogas plant in 175 houses, and compost pits in 1,702 households in the Panchayat. Also, an additional budget for activating 510 already installed facilities but unused systems was allotted from this year's plan. An aerobic composting plant is functioning at market and school for community bio-waste management.
തുമ്പൂർ മോഴി എയറോബിക് ബിൻ സ്ഥാപിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി. 6 എയറോബിക് കമ്പോസ്റ്റ് യൂണിറ്റുകൾ പഞ്ചായത്തിന്റെ വിവിധ സ്കൂളുകൾ സ്ഥാപിക്കുകയുണ്ടായി.
A Harida Karma Sena was formed with 28 members for collection of non-biodegradable waste. Collection fees levied for houses is Rs 30 and user fee for establishments is Rs 50. A plastic shredding unit was started with a capital expenditure of 2,60,000 under the annual plan of 2016-2017. One MCF has been established at the Panchayat level and 14 mini MCFs at ward levels through which nearly 5 tons of plastics are collected by Harida Karma Sena, which is then segregated and shredded. Nearly around 3.2 tons of shredded plastic is sold at the rate of 15 rupees per kilogram to Clean Kerala Company for tarring of village roads, which fetches an income of rupees 48,000. An expenditure of rupees 90,000 is incurred for wages and electricity expenses. And user fee collection amounts to rupees 29,700 was collected. Quantity of bio-waste being processed and quantity of organic manure, compost, processed. Bio-waste produced in households, 4,222 kilogram per day. Bio-waste processed in aerobic community composting facility, Tumbur Muri, 300 kilogram per day. Total bio-waste produced in Panchayat, 1,356 tons per year. Organic manure produced in the households, 506 tons per year. Organic manure produced in community composting facility, 36 tons per year. Panchayat spent 19 lakhs on managing degradable waste at source, with 2,321 pipe compost units. Panchayat has provided grow bags and seeds for the kitchen garden project, and the compost generated is used for kitchen garden project producing organic vegetables. Compost produced from compost pits and pipe composting is also used for kitchen gardens. Multiple engagements were designed to create awareness among people. Jagrotsavam, Grishmotsavam, Pencil Camp were camps organized for the same. Also, awareness programs were conducted among Kudumbashree neighborhood groups, neighborhood sabha, and Grama Sabhas.
മാലിന്യത്തിൽ നിന്നും സ്വാതന്ത്ര്യം നേടുക എന്ന ലക്ഷ്യത്തോടുകൂടി ഹരിത കേരള മിഷൻ പിന്തുണയോടുകൂടി പഞ്ചായത്ത് ശുചിത്വ മാലിന്യ പദ്ധതികൾ നടപ്പിലാക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് ഒരു ഹരിത ശുചിത്വ സുന്ദര ഗ്രാമമാക്കി ഞിഴൂരിനെ മാറ്റുവാനുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനം നടന്നു വരികയാണ്.
Touching all lives, creating a healthier, sustainable and green village Nirur Gram Panchayat is scaling heights, conquering the vision of freedom from waste, ably supported by Harida Kerala Mission with multifarious projects and campaigns.
Thank you, Nirur Panchayat. Now we are going to Alappuzha Municipality. Alappuzha Municipality in Alappuzha district is really a torchbearer of decentralized waste management system in Kerala. Starting from an effort to solve the issue of protest and agitation related to the Sarvodepuram waste dumping yard, Alappuzha introduced new technologies like the Tumbur Mori aerobic composting to the local self-government institutions in Kerala. Efforts to take up the issue of liquid waste is also commendable. Now I would request Honorable Chairman Sri Illikal Kunyumon to do the presentation.
മറ്റ് നഗരങ്ങളെപ്പോലെ തന്നെ മാലിന്യ നിർമ്മാർജ്ജനത്തിൽ ഏറെ വെല്ലുവിളികൾ നേരിടുന്ന ഒരു പട്ടണമായിരുന്നു ആലപ്പുഴ നഗരസഭ. ആ മാലിന്യ നിർമ്മാർജ്ജനം നടത്തുന്നത് സർവോദയപുരത്തുള്ള 12 ഏക്കറുള്ള ഒരു സ്ഥലത്തായിരുന്നു. ഇവിടെ നിന്ന് വരുന്ന മുഴുവൻ മാലിന്യങ്ങളും വേർതിരിക്കാതെ അവിടെ ഡംപ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നു. ആ പ്രദേശത്തെ ജനങ്ങൾ പ്രക്ഷോഭത്തിലായപ്പോൾ എന്ത് മാലിന്യ നിർമ്മാർജ്ജനത്തിൽ ചെയ്യണമെന്ന് ആലോചിച്ചു കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് വികേന്ദ്രീകൃത മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് ഞങ്ങൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നതും ജനപങ്കാളിത്തത്തോടു കൂടി ആ മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണ പദ്ധതി ഞങ്ങൾ നടപ്പാക്കുന്നത്.
Bordered by the Arabian Sea on west, lying in between Vembanad Lake and Kuttanada, Alappuzha Municipality, which is 46.77 square kilometers in size, is the most densely populated municipality in Kerala. With a population of over 2 lakh people, 48,000 houses and 52 wards, Alappuzha Municipality has gained much popularity in the field of tourism. It has 5,421 shops, 44 schools, 77 institutions, 6 hospitals, 6 markets, 324 junctions, and 620 other institutions. Situated on the banks of 3 big canals and with 104 small canals, the town is popularly known as the Venice of East.
ഒരു കാലത്ത് പകർച്ചവ്യാധികൾ ഏത് കടന്നു വന്നാലും ആലപ്പുഴയിലൂടെയാണ് കേരളം മുഴുവൻ അറിയപ്പെട്ടിരുന്നത്. എന്നാൽ ഇന്നത് മാറി. നമ്മുടെ പട്ടണം സമ്പൂർണ്ണ ശുചിത്വത്തിലേക്ക് നീങ്ങിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്.
The triumphant journey of decentralized waste processing project, Clean City, Clean Home, Nirmala Nagaram, Nirmala Bhavanam, was started at this point. Source level waste segregation and management was achieved in 15% of houses in every ward. Community level aerobic plants were put up for houses with space constraints. MCF, RRF units were installed at various points of the town for handling the inorganic waste. This initiative became a model to the entire state. The first step in waste management is the segregation of organic and inorganic waste at the source itself. Systems like biogas, biobin, and pipe compost are used to process organic waste at source, and aerobic compost plants are used at community level. Harita Karma Sena collects the inorganic waste from households. Along with that, people can directly hand over inorganic waste at any of the 28 MCF units arranged by the municipality. Waste from commercial and industrial units are collected by private agencies. Food waste is sent to pig farms or fish farms. Inorganic waste is given to scrap dealers and Clean Kerala Company for recycling. Non-recyclable plastic waste is sent for shredding at municipality shredding units and later used for road tarring. At Alappuzha Municipality, 9 tons of manure is produced from 426 bins placed in 32 aerobic compost units. This organic manure is given to Kudumbashri units or farmers free of cost. Waste is directly collected from 60% of institutions and 74% of shops. In every ward, 15% of houses has been newly equipped with waste processing facilities. Apart from this, 15 tons of manure and 15,000 liters of slurry are obtained from biogas and biobin placed at 17,500 houses. 3,000 tons of organic manure annually obtained from 426 aerobic bins and houses collectively is used in organic farming in 300 acres of land, which eventually results in the production of 3,300 tons vegetables in 2 seasons. The contamination of canals in Alappuzha resulted in many infectious diseases. As a solution to this, Haritha Kerala Mission, Kila, Canal P, Can Alappuzha, Health Department, Alappuzha Municipality, students of Mumbai IIT, faculties, artists, voluntary organizations, political and youth movements, associations collectively implemented DVATS, Liquid Waste Processing Plant, with the aid of CSR fund from KMML at Chattanad Colony. This plant is a model for liquid waste processing. As a part of this, Chattanad Canal has been cleaned and toilets were made for the families residing at the colony. The wastewater from toilets and domestic wastewater is collected in a common tank. This liquid waste is processed through aerobic and anaerobic processes, sand filtration, root zone treatment using the roots of certain plants, and converted into pure water and routed back to canals. The aerobic compost units, under which microorganisms break down biowaste into compost under ideal aerobic conditions, is a technique which was developed in Alleppey in collaboration with the Veterinary University. Nearly 3,300 tons of organic fertilizer produced annually using these aerobic compost units is distributed free of cost to Kudumbashree units and farmers to encourage them. Through timely intervention and appropriate suggestions by the Haritha Kerala Mission, it has been possible for the municipality to improve vastly on keeping the city clean and also creating more awareness on healthy waste management practices. The organic waste management system using aerobic compost units has resulted in cost savings of lakhs of rupees through reducing the number of contingent workers from 234 to 75, avoiding use of multiple lorries, tractors, sealed vans, etc. The municipality has saved nearly 9 lakhs per year in fuel cost of these vehicles alone. The major achievement has been that public outrage has completely been settled through decentralized plans and segregation at source. The municipality has taken up the following measures to ensure continuity. Charging a normal user fee for the waste management services rendered, ensuring the widespread use of eco-friendly products under the Green Protocol, conducting awareness campaigns on green laws and enactments in residential associations using Kudumbashree in collaboration with Haritha Kerala Mission and Kila. Random inspection and associated fine and legal actions taken up strictly. Develop the Haritha Karma Sena as a micro-level enterprise and expand the production and distribution of organic fertilizers and eco-friendly products. Other than this, identified places in the town used for dumping waste and converted them into beautiful green leisure spots by cleaning them and planting small trees and plants as well as landscaping in a few areas. The most prominent dumping sites in the city thus have undergone a positive change.
ഏതായാലും വികേന്ദ്രീകൃത മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണം ഇന്ത്യക്ക് തന്നെ മാതൃകയാകാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞതിൽ ആലപ്പുഴ നഗരസഭ അതിയായി സന്തോഷിക്കുകയാണ്. പൂർണ്ണ വിജയമെന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ അവകാശപ്പെടുന്നില്ലെങ്കിലും ഇത് ഞങ്ങളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം അതിയായ സംതൃപ്തി നൽകുന്ന ഒരു പദ്ധതിയാണ്. നഗരം മുഴുവൻ വൃത്തിയാക്കാൻ ഗ്രാമങ്ങളെ കുപ്പത്തൊട്ടിയാക്കേണ്ടതില്ല എന്ന വികേന്ദ്രിക മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണ പദ്ധതി ഇന്ന് ലോകം മുഴുവനും പിന്തുടരുന്നതിൽ ആലപ്പുഴ നഗരസഭ അതിയായി സന്തോഷിക്കുകയാണ്.
Next, we will have presentation from the Punalur municipality, from the Kollam district.
പുല്ലൂർ നഗരസഭയെ സംബന്ധിച്ചോളം ഈ ഭരണസമിതി അധികാരത്തിൽ വരുന്നതിന് മുമ്പ് അതിസങ്കീർണമായ രീതിയിൽ മാലിന്യ കൂമ്പാരങ്ങൾ മൂലം ദുസ്സഹമായ ദുർഗന്ധം വമിക്കുന്ന ഒരു നഗരമായിരുന്നു പുല്ലൂർ നഗരസഭ. ജനങ്ങളുടെ വമ്പിച്ച പ്രതിഷേധങ്ങളും സമരങ്ങളും ഇതിൻ്റെ ഫലമായി ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ടായി. ഈ ഭരണസമിതി അധികാരമേറ്റ ശേഷം മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണ മേഖലയിൽ ഒരു പുതിയ ഉണർവ് ഈ നഗരസഭയ്ക്ക് ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ കഴിയും. നമ്മുടെ പുല്ലൂർ നഗരസഭയിലുള്ള എല്ലാ വീടുകളിലും ഡ്രിങ്ക് കമ്പോസ്റ്റുകൾ സൗജന്യമായി സ്ഥാപിക്കാനുള്ള പദ്ധതി ഇപ്പോൾ നടന്നു വരികയാണ്.
വാച്ചേരിയിലെ ജൈവമാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണ സംവിധാനങ്ങൾ തകർന്നു കിടന്ന കാലത്ത് ഞങ്ങളുടെ മാർക്കറ്റ് ഒരു മാലിന്യ കൂമ്പാരമായിട്ട് മാറി. പക്ഷേ അവിടെ തുമ്പൂർ മൊഴി മോഡലിലുള്ള 32ഓളം യൂണിറ്റുകൾ ഞങ്ങൾ ഈ എയറോബിക് കമ്പോസ്റ്റിംഗ് യൂണിറ്റുകൾ അവിടെ സ്ഥാപിച്ച് കൃത്യമായി അത് പരിപാലിച്ചു വരിക. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഞങ്ങളെ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ പ്രയാസപ്പെടുത്തിയ ഒരു കാര്യം, പുനലൂരിലെ TV ജംഗ്ഷൻ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ശബരിമല ഇടത്താവളം എന്നറിയപ്പെടുകയാണ്. സീസണിൽ ആയിരക്കണക്കിന് ഭക്തജനങ്ങളാണ് തമിഴ്നാട്ടിൽ നിന്ന് വന്ന് TV ജംഗ്ഷനിൽ തമ്പടിച്ചു പോകുന്നത്. അവിടെ ഞങ്ങൾ എയറോബിക് കമ്പോസ്റ്റിംഗ് യൂണിറ്റുകൾ സ്ഥാപിച്ചു. അത് ഞങ്ങൾ ഭംഗിയായിട്ട് പരിപാലിച്ചു വരിക. പുനലൂർ താലൂക്ക് ആശുപത്രിയിലെ ജൈവമാലിന്യ സംവിധാനങ്ങൾ എയറോബിക് യൂണിറ്റിലൂടെ ഞങ്ങൾ പരിഹരിച്ചു.
Proper waste management systems in hospitals, schools, auditoriums, markets, etc. have also been ensured. With a view to reduce the amount of waste, it is ensured that only those commercial establishments which installs bio-waste treatment facility either in the institution or in the house premises of the owner of such institution are issued license. Also, the green protocol is strictly being enforced at all religious functions and celebrations. For this, a set of 300 steel plates and glasses have been distributed to each Kudumbashree ADSS in all the 35 wards. A project has been submitted to KIFBI for approval to build a modern slaughterhouse too. In addition, as part of conserving the waterways and water bodies, a project namely Punarjani is being implemented actively for the periodical cleaning of the rivers and streams of the municipality. Waste treatment is done directly by the municipality and no outsourced agencies have been engaged for this. From the 27 aerobic composting units set up for public waste treatment, average 10 tons of organic manure per month are being produced. As many as 306 tons of manure has been produced through this so far. This manure is distributed to the farmers free of cost through Kudumbashree ADSS. This has stimulated the organic farming activities of the municipality and made much of the barren land cultivable. An additional 6 hectares of paddy and 7 hectares of vegetable, potato, banana and other crops could be cultivated to produce 16 tons of paddy and 16 tons of vegetables through this effort. 127 Haritha Karma Sena personnel have been deployed for collection of non-biodegradable waste too. 200 mini collection centers have been set up at various places for the primary segregation and storage of plastics and other types of waste collected by the Haritha Karma Sena members. The segregated inorganic waste is delivered directly to the scrap dealers. Through this, the municipality gets an income of about rupees 30,000 per month. An amount of rupees 30 from each household and rupees 100 from each shop are also collected as user fee. 10,975 households and 1,375 shops give this user fee regularly. Each Haritha Karma Sena member gets an average monthly income of rupees 8,000.
municipality. Now we are going for the presentation. It's from Thiruvananthapuram district, Attingal municipality. Attingal municipality in Thiruvananthapuram district has evolved as a model for the management of both biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. A waste treatment plant is situated at the densely populated town area with different technologies like windrow composting, vermicomposting, and biomethanation, which has been successfully functioning for the last 15 years, is what makes the waste management strategy of Attingal municipality remarkable. Attingal reminds us that it is not the quantity of waste generated, but the quality of the waste management system that makes the difference. I will request Chairman Sri M. Pradeep to do the presentation.
മറ്റ് പട്ടണങ്ങളെ പോലെ തന്നെ ആറ്റിങ്ങൽ പട്ടണം നേരിടുന്ന രൂക്ഷമായിട്ടുള്ള മാലിന്യ പ്രശ്നം നേരിടാൻ സുദീർഘങ്ങളായിട്ടുള്ള സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള പ്രവർത്തനങ്ങളിലൂടെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. 2005-2006 ജൈവ മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണ സംവിധാനത്തോട് തുടങ്ങിയ ഈ പ്ലാന്റ് ഇന്ന് കേരളത്തിൽ ഇൻഡോർ വെർമി ബയോമെത്തനൈസേഷൻ അതുപോലെ പ്ലാസ്റ്റിക് ഷെഡിംഗ് തുടങ്ങിയിട്ടുള്ള എല്ലാ മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണ സംവിധാനങ്ങളുമുള്ള അപൂർവമായിട്ടുള്ള പ്ലാന്റായി പ്രവർത്തിച്ചു വരുന്നു. ഞങ്ങളുടെ പ്ലാന്റിന് ചുറ്റും 10 മീറ്റർ ചുറ്റളവിൽ തന്നെ നിരവധി ആശ ഗ്രഹങ്ങൾ ഉണ്ട്. അവർക്ക് യാതൊരുവിധ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടും ഇവിടെ നിന്നും ഉണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല. അത് വളരെ കൃത്യനിഷ്ഠയോടെ പ്രവർത്തിക്കാൻ, വളരെ കരുതലോടെ പ്രവർത്തിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് കഴിയിട്ടുണ്ട്.
Waste generation per day in tons per day. Total waste generation 16 to 17. Wet waste or biodegradable 13.25. Dry waste or plastic 0.3. Others 0.4 tons per day. Waste collection from different places. Houses 3,300 kilograms. Institutions 5,250 kilograms. Public market 7,250 kilograms. Present waste disposable facilities. Windrow compost unit 15 tons per day capacity. Vermicompost unit 0.4 tons per day capacity. Biomethanization 2 tons per day capacity. Sanitary landfill 14,000 cubic meter capacity. Human hair processing unit pilot project. Waste processing at source. Meeting through ward level sanitation committee, residential associations, commercial institutions, and Haritha Karma Sena. Segregation at source. Household 82%. Commercial 92%. 412 portable biogas units. 750 kitchen bio bins. Kitchen bin 7,500. Portable biogas 312. Community composting 10 biogas plants. Attingal municipality, situated on the banks of the Vamanapuram river, has a total population of 37,382. As Attingal is a small town with high population density, waste management has always been a problem for the municipality. It was in this context a waste treatment plant was started in 2005-2006. This plant, situated in the heart of the town, has been functioning uninterruptedly for the last 15 years, processing up to 16 tons of biodegradable waste per day. It is to be particularly mentioned that almost 95% of the biodegradable waste produced in the town area is being collected and processed in the plant. The 3,300 kilogram biodegradable waste collected from houses, 5,250 kilogram collected from shops and institutions, and nearly 7,000 kilogram collected from public markets reach the plant every day, which is processed by using different technologies, namely windrow composting, vermicomposting, and biomethanation. Of the 15 to 16 tons of bio-waste reaches the plant daily, 400 kilogram is converted to vermicompost, 1,300 kilogram to biogas, and the remaining 12.5 tons to 13.5 tons is processed by windrow composting technology. An average of 1,750 kilogram of biofertilizer is produced in the windrow composting method, and 30 to 50 kilogram vermicompost is also produced per day. The biofertilizer produced is distributed free of cost to the farmers and Kudumbashree farmer groups through the Krishi Bhavan as subsidy component of agriculture projects. The biofertilizer and the vermicompost are also sold at the rate of Rs 2 and Rs 8 per kilogram, respectively, at the plant. 250 to 350 tons of fertilizer is sold per year in this manner, which generates an income of about 7 lakh rupees per year. As the biofertilizer is supplied free of cost and at a low cost, the farmers could do organic farming in a profitable way. Paddy is cultivated in 14.5 acres and vegetable is cultivated in 3.5 acres in the Meembad paddy field only, which produce 44 tons of paddy and 70 tons of organic vegetables every year. In addition to this, vegetable is being cultivated by Kudumbashree groups and farmers, and the vegetables thus produced are being sold in the Kudumbashree weekly markets. The following are to be specially mentioned as the benefits of the waste management strategy adopted by Attingel municipality. The waste dumping in the town area could completely be avoided, and no heaps of waste are formed in the municipal area since the starting of the waste treatment plant. Vector-borne diseases could be reduced to a great extent in the municipal area for the last few years. 66 people who are directly engaged in the waste treatment plant got permanent income. Quantity of waste generated in auditoriums, convention centers, educational institutions, hospitals, slaughterhouses, etc., could be reduced to a great extent through continuous awareness campaign. All types of plastic carry bags have been banned in the municipal area since 2017. This, along with the awareness program, has helped in reducing the plastic waste to a great extent. Though the waste treatment plant is situated in the middle of the town area, no resistance or protest from the part of the people has happened, since the functioning of the plant is not making any inconvenience to the people in the surrounding area. The waste treatment plant got the Innovative Award of IMG in 2012 and has been awarded by the State Pollution Control Board for the last 14 years for its unique functioning with least damage to the environment.
ഒരു മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണ സംവിധാനം എന്നുള്ളതിനേക്കാൾ ഉപരിയായി ഈ സംവിധാനത്തെ മറ്റ് ഉള്ളവർക്കും പ്രയോജനപ്പെടുത്താൻ വേണ്ടി ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് കഴിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഭാവിയിൽ ഇതൊരു വലിയ സംവിധാനത്തിലേക്ക് പോകുന്ന കാര്യത്തിൽ യാതൊരു സംശയവുമില്ല.
Thank you, Chairman, for the presentation. Now our presentations are over. I would request Dr. Ajay Kumar Verma to lead the panel discussion as the moderator. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, teacher. See, We have heard the introductory talk of the Principal Secretary, who is spearheading the support system for local governments. We have also heard 5 municipalities and 2 Gram Panchayats presenting their very successful initiatives. It is heartening to note that the local government succeeded in solving the issue of waste management to a large extent, which is projected as a global concern. This is because they are given adequate freedom, appropriate technical support, top-up finance, etc. This is a very key aspect for organizing a waste management campaign. The presentation to me exemplify 3 important initiatives of the government in the past. The one is the adaptability of Malinya Mukta Keralam guidelines of Government of Kerala through the Shujitva Mission in 2007, which promoted source level and decentralized systems for the first time in the country. And then the national government, in fact, learned from Government of Kerala and moved to the decentralized systems. Secondly, these examples actually tell us that compliance is possible of the solid waste management rules 2016, which is mostly based on polluter pays principles and precautionary principle, the basis of our Environmental Protection Act. So naturally, it's a very important aspect which our local governments are able to comply with. The third most important factor is the empowerment and institution building campaign. This is guidelines under the Haritha Kerala Mission, which was issued in 2017, which actually initiated excited the local governments into this sort of campaign building. In fact, these particular examples highlights the integration possibilities of central, state, local government schemes, and also the funds mobilized from users. We could also see different levels of sustainability from the different types of examples that we have seen from the 7 local governments. It is very important and as to how the system is sustainable for in a long run. And I'm very happy to note that the way in which the Attingal municipality is sustaining the waste management system for the last 15 years. We should know that Attingal municipality project was the first detailed project report that was prepared at that time, Clean Kerala Mission in the state. And based on that, they have started. And all through, all the councils looked after the system very well. And if you see, the local environmental upgradation has happened because of after they started this project, which is normally in all the places it is otherwise. Because of the waste management project, there are many people who complains about the environmental issues that waste management system create. But here it is the other way, that local people actually support the environmental upgradation that is brought out by the waste management system here. It's a very important development that we should note. I don't go much into details of this, but then we have 3 eminent panelists with us. As we know, Srikanth M. Navarekar, Executive Director of Nirmal Gram Nirman Kendra of Nasik. He is a pioneer in both solid and liquid waste management at source level. He is practicing it for the last 25-30 years. I recall his contribution to our Malinya Mukta Keralam campaign during 2010, when along with 3 others have persuaded the Drinking Water and Sanitation Ministry of Government of India for an effective shift to scientific source level waste management programs as part of the Total Sanitation Campaign of India, which now is a practice being followed by Government of India. He is also a consultant to the World Bank and an excellent person who is able to give reflections on the 7 models that are presented here. Or to Srikanth ji.
Thank you, Varma ji. Vanakkam, everyone. Probably this is the only Malayalam word I can pronounce and understand. First of all, I thank the organizers for inviting me in this webinar because I was also curious to know what are the developments are taking place in Kerala with regards to solid and liquid waste management. And I accepted this invitation to learn from you because Kerala has been a pioneering state in sanitation program since long, and all other states can learn from you, and that's why I have accepted this invitation. Now, due to paucity of time, I'm not going to go case by case, but I will just put some of my generic observations and suggestions. First of all, let me congratulate all the presenters for very excellent presentations in a short time. They have presented their efforts which they are doing for last several years in the field of waste management. The first and foremost point which I noted, which Mr. Verma also just now noted, the approach which you are applying for this waste management, the decentralized approach. Now, the overall experience in other states, many of the states and many of the districts are in a confused states how to tackle this waste, whether in a decentralized manner or a centralized manner. Now, both these models, centralized and decentralized models, have their own pros and cons. But in Kerala, you have stuck to this approach of decentralized manner. And I have noted that you have also not only adopted the decentralized one, wherever is necessary, you have also made a combination of decentralized and centralized model. That is also a very unique one, and which adds to the sustainability of the program. So this is my first observation. I must congratulate you for adopting this model. Second one, which I observed, now I can't recollect all the economics of all the presenters, but overall my observation is you have tried to meet the ends. I mean, the economic, you have also tried to achieve economic viability of the project by maintaining a balance of the revenue generated and the funds which are available for this program. So this is also worth noting and worth adopting. As regards technology also, my observation goes that instead of following a stereotypic technology, you have adopted a menu of options, and you have given menu of options to the people, and by which you have been able to achieve a successful model of waste management. Some of you have also gone beyond the routine technologies and adopted some innovative solutions, like which I just recall. Some of them, they are using coir pith and inoculum, a combination of coir pith and inoculum to avoid the problems of anaerobic digestion. This is wonderful. Similarly, to increase the value or the price of the compost which they are producing, they are also adding some, the value addition, like they are adding trichoderma or some other additives, so that the value of the compost is increased and the demand for this compost from the farmers is also increased, and thereby making the entire project sustainable. The concept of MCF also attracts me a lot. Generally, wherever I have found in other states, they just go for a stereotypic model of collection of the garbage from each and every household or each and every establishment and taking it to the centralized processing unit or the treatment unit. But this involves a lot of cost. Similarly, people are also reluctant to utilize the centralized treatment unit. But the concept of MCF, which Kerala has innovated and adopted, is really wonderful. This is acting in two ways. This is also minimizing the cost on transport and management. And similarly, there is an impact, I believe that there is an impact of this MCF on the behavioral change of the people. Because you are, as I suppose, you are asking people to take their non-degradable garbage to the MCF. So when we take that my waste is my responsibility is proven in this case, and MCF is adding to that or helping in establishing this principle. The most wonderful or the important part is the linkage of these waste management processing units with the agriculture or home gardening as well. I mean, you are teaching people to adopt decentralized systems. You are telling them to deal with their wet waste in their premises themselves. And not only that, but you are teaching them how to utilize this compost in their own gardens. This is one thing. This is very wonderful. And secondly, wherever you are taking it to the centralized part, the compost which is produced out of it is not going waste, but it is going to the agriculture, the farmers, and they are utilizing it. Now, this is, I mean, it's very important in this era where there is a great demand for organic food and organic produce from the agriculture. So this linkage is very important and worth adopting by all the states or all those concerned with waste management. Last but not least, the terminology which you use. I have been observing this as Mr. Verma was telling. The names the names you give to the projects, the names you give to the workers are really meaningful, right from Shuchitwa mission to Harit Kerala mission. And I really appreciate that you don't call the frontline workers as Safai Karmacharis or sanitary workers, but you call them Harit Karma Sena, a very meaningful and very useful word in this. The Green Protocol is very much appreciated for long, and it has. I also observed that it has reached the remotest part and the village panchayats as well, and people have also thought on this and have adopted innovative approaches or innovative methodologies for implementing this protocol even at a panchayat level. These are some of my observations. Again, there is not much time, but I have a few questions. If someone from the presenters or from the Harit Mission can answer or respond, I will be happy.
Yeah.
The first one is again. Yes.
Can we reserve that questions to the end after the panelist reflections?
Sure. Yeah.
Please.
So that's all from my side. You may go to another speaker.
And next, we will hear from Dr. K. Vasugi, IAS, who is familiar to you all with her basic inputs on the behavioral change aspects of sanitation and waste management. She was also the executive director of Shuchitwa Mission earlier. During that time, she propagated the slogan, "My waste, my responsibility," which I feel probably influenced the rule makers who drafted the solid waste management rules of 2016, which is exactly giving a lot of importance for decentralized waste management, source level treatment, and things like that. Now, being the agricultural director, probably she will be able to help us also in the manure management and system building, etc. And may I request Dr. K. Vasugi.
A very good afternoon to all the participants, and let me first express my gratitude for inviting me in this webinar. So it's always nice to go back to my waste management days and listen to presentations from various local bodies on their achievements. And let me say that all these 7 local bodies have done some really exemplary job. And it's really nice that we use this platform to showcase your work. And I hope that this webinar brings more such success models everywhere. So to begin with, I just want to say that it's not, it's a coincidence that after heading the Waste Management Agency of the state, now I'm heading the Director of Agriculture. When the mission was conceived, namely the Harit Kerala mission, I feel it was a very visionary mission because, the mission was linking, mission was putting forward the connections that naturally exist in nature into a scheme. So there is a connection between waste management, agriculture, as well as water management. They're all connected. So that I feel, Kerala is the first state to envisage this connection that exists in nature and put it in the form of a scheme and gave form as a scheme. So that way, today we are able to realize and make it a reality to bring forth this connection in at the level of the local body. So basically, as Director of Agriculture, what I would like to say is that we should all be aware that the organic content of Kerala soil is really, really coming down. And over the past 50, 60 years, it has reduced very drastically, because of which our food crops are not having its nutritive value. Food is supposed to be medicine, but right now food is not doing its job, mainly because the nutritive content of the soil is coming down. And why does this happen? Because whenever a product comes from a field, the most nutritive part of the crop is actually the product which comes out of that crop. I mean, whether it is a vegetable or a fruit or a it's grain. These are the ones which have the highest nutritive value. But once it moves out of a farmer's field in a rural area, it doesn't come back to the soil from which it came out. So it goes in an urban area where it is highly populated, and it gets, as you know, one of the presentations it mentioned, it goes into the wrong place. So because of which our fields are losing out its nutritive value on a continuous basis. Basically, the natural carbon cycle is not completed because of this linear movement. Whereas in all of these 7 local bodies, this carbon cycle was effectively completed. So from the farmer's field, it comes to a household or a shop or a restaurant. It's used, and this nutritive value is taken back to the farmer's field. So which is what I find is truly amazing, and it's very inspiring to see these local bodies having achieved that. And I really hope that more can be done to complete this carbon cycle in the rest of Kerala. So that is my first observation that I would like to say. And I was really happy in seeing very good models, especially the income generation from manure in Kunnamkulam municipality. I feel it is a really great achievement. Their income generation from manure is very, very good. As well as from Eramala GP, what I really liked was that I hope I'm right that in saying that they are taking waste from Orkateri town. So that is something usually which we don't see in Kerala. I mean, a local body never accepts waste from another local body. So that way I find the Eramala Gram Panchayat to be very progressive, and it's a very good model that we need to promote. And even and also the Alappuzha municipality's DWATs. I mean, I think lots have been done in the solid waste management. I think it is really high time that we promote systems like DWATs everywhere. So it's a very good initiative of Alappuzha municipality. And in Punalur, I don't know if the figures are right. I mean, they had mentioned that their generation of user fee is around 1.87 crores. That is a very good achievement in user fee collection. So that is really good. And it was very, I mean, they had a very good MRF. I mean, it was really perfectly neat and well designed. I think one of the very good MRFs I've seen, as well as the part where the utensils are being given to Kutumbashree units as part of the green protocol. That is also really amazing. In this context, I would like to say to everybody that in my stint during the Shujitva mission, one of the exemplary MRFs, of course, people go to the Technopark MCF in Tirunelveli. There is also another MCF which is very exemplary, where I feel the local bodies can be made to go, is the Amritanandamayi Institute. They have a MCF. It's a small one, but the way it has been maintained is really good, and their segregation levels of segregation is really high. So that is something that we can use for field visits for our local body representatives. And the human hair processing unit, the pilot project in Attingal, is also very, very interesting. I really hope that the next time they would be able to really give some good presentation on their success story in the human hair processing unit. I don't think we have it anywhere. See, overall, I feel, all the 7 local bodies have done exemplary job, and I really congratulate them. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vasuki. Now we have Dr. Shayani DS. She's a consultant to Swachh Bharat Mission, Government of India. She has a doctorate in waste management. Rarely we have such experts in the field. She is also a product of Kerala Shujitva Mission, credited with many initiatives of Shujitva Mission. One of the basic activities of Shujitva Mission when it was started, she was part of Shujitva Mission. Now she is the main technical support person for national initiatives on waste management under the Swachh Bharat Mission. Over to Dr. Shayani.
Thank you, sir. I really appreciate the initiative by Kila and Haritha Kerala Mission to organize such an event. And I've seen that the 7 models which I've seen is very good initiatives, as usually.
There's some problem with your ear.
No, I'm unmuted, sir.
And now it's audible. Please continue.
Okay, so the 7 models which Kerala has taken, usually I say that I take from Kerala as a model and take it to the national level and try to implement in other states. And we have now recently came up with a national policy. We included the decentralized policy or strategy of Kerala only we have taken at national level also. So usually in case of Kerala model, I've seen that Kerala has taken a complete value chain model. That means it starts from segregation, collection, transportation, treatment, as well as the forward linkages also has been well planned in Kerala in all the 7 presentations I have seen. And usually we say that SWM depends upon 5 pillars. One is the policy and strategy. Second is fund. Third is technology. And fourth is IEC, capacity building and monitoring and evaluation. All these 5 pillars, there are a lot of examples that from Gram Panchayat as well as the municipality presentation, we can see that all these 5 pillars has been covered in their project and program. That what shows the result as a positive thing. And I congratulate all the municipalities as well as the panchayats for doing such a great work. And I've seen that Alappuzha municipality has taken an integrated manner. They included all the components of solid and liquid waste management. And the other municipalities may be doing that, but they presented only focusing on the organic waste management, which was the focus of the webinar. And I also see that Attingal municipality, because during our 2009 national workshop also, we took all the people who from the national level to show this model, Attingal municipality, which was appreciated at national level also. So that model still sustaining means the models which we are developing in Kerala are sustainable, because we used to say that the models which we develop in waste management should be scalable and sustainable. So this Alappuzha model is sustainable means it's a great achievement. It's more than 15 years. So it's a great achievement in the sector. And also we used to say that in case of waste management, 3 P's are important. The 3 P's of the people working in the sector is very important in case of waste management. One is passion, second is perseverance, and the third is professionalism. And we can see that all these 3 are existing within the people who has presented that, shows that they have a lot of passion towards this work and they have perseverance that they continued this work for so many years, and professionalism also slowly coming in our waste management sector in Kerala. So from these presentations, even I have seen that as Vasuki madam also said, the human hair project in Attingal municipality is a new initiative, which if it comes successful, we can take it to national level also, because something happening in different state, but not in a success model. which we can replicate. But if an article municipality is coming with such a model, then I think within next 2-3 years, we can take it to a national level project showing that such a good model working in Kerala. So I also congratulate the Kodamangalam municipality and Eramala Gram Panchayat also. They have taken all in an integrated manner. The major issues usually we used to see in such waste management project is the compost that comes out, the manure value chain, that always get stopped. That means it gets stacked. The compost gets stacked in many of the places. It won't go into the further value chain. But in most of the models they have shown, they have taken it into the organic compost, organic manure using as an organic fertilizer. So such a model can also be, we can replicate it in many places. So with this I stop. Thank you for giving me an opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shaini. Srikanth, can you place that questions?
Yes, please. I have only 3 questions in mind, and all these are based on the experiences of other states, and maybe Kerala model can guide on these issues. The first one is on the decentralized approach. We all are in favor of decentralized approach, and we say that every household should manage their organic waste on their own. But the experience shows that initially they do it, but some of the point comes where due to some technological problems or due to some behavioral problems, they just leave it and start dumping their garbage as usual on the roads. So what is the experience of Kerala in this case? Have you also observed some miscreants of this sort, or what is the motive behind this? That if they have adopted it to the scale of 100%, so what is the motive behind it? This is my first question. Second question is about the user fees. Now, again, my experience shows wherever we go and propose a user fee for the collection of garbage, people and never pay the fees, and they are not ready to contribute just for the collection of garbage.
Sorry, this question you are not audible to me.
Okay.
Can you just repeat that question?
I will just repeat. Yeah. My second question was about the user fees, because in all the presentations we saw there is a good collection of user fees to the tune of 80 to 90%. And the experience in other parts of the country shows that people are reluctant to pay the fees just for the collection or management of the garbage. And in many places, this model has failed because people are not ready to pay the fees. So my question is, what is the magic wand here that enables people to pay the fees? This is one thing. And secondly, the slabs which you showed for the fees, is it uniform to all the classes of the society? This is also my question, whether you charge the same fees for the BPL or APL, or do you have any slab like that? So this is my second question. And my third question is about the Harita Karma Sena participants. So as I observed that majority of these Harit Karma Sena members are female or women. So my question is, are not men ready to work for this, or the model itself does not include men in this project, or is it due to the tradition that no, Safai is to be done by the female only? So this is my question. What is the reality? I mean, is there any gender issue in this? And the last question, just in addition to this one, is, I'm sorry to ask this question, but it needs to be asked because
relevant.
Yeah.
Very relevant. Yeah.
Yeah. The last question is, all these Harit Karma Sena, are they from a specific caste or creed? Why am I asking this question is, when we are replicating this model throughout the state, or if you wish to replicate it throughout the country, we must see that are we creating a second cadre of Safai Karmacharis, or which are who are from specific caste or creed. I myself personally do not believe in this type of a structure, social structure. I believe that anyone who is willing to take up this job should take up the job, apart from which caste or creed he or she comes from. But I'm just curious to know whether such type of a survey has been done, or whether such type of a data is available, or is somebody working on this. So these are my 3 questions. I shall be happy if someone can respond on this. Thank you.
ആർക്കായിരിക്കും ഇത് റെസ്പോണ്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുക? And anybody? ആദ്യത്തെ ചോദ്യം സാങ്കേതിക വിദ്യ ഉപയോഗിച്ചതുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടാണ്. എന്തെങ്കിലും പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ ഇതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ടോ? മറ്റു തരത്തിലുള്ള ഇടപെടലുകൾ ഈ സാങ്കേതിക വിദ്യ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നതിൽ തടസ്സപ്പെടുത്താൻ കാരണമായിട്ടുണ്ടോ എന്നുള്ളതാണ്.
Varma, why don't you translate the question? They wouldn't understand the questions raised in English. Then only they can respond, I suppose.
അതാണ് ഈ പ്രോജക്റ്റ് നടപ്പിലാക്കുന്നതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടുള്ള സാങ്കേതിക വശങ്ങൾ ഉപയോഗപ്പെടുത്തുമ്പോൾ ഏതെങ്കിലും തരത്തിലുള്ള ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടുകൾ ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ടോ? അതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടുള്ള പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ എന്തെങ്കിലും നേരിട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഏതെങ്കിലും ആളുകൾ ശരിയായ ടെക്നോളജികൾ അല്ലാതെയുള്ളത് നടപ്പിലാക്കുന്നതിന് നിർബന്ധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ തുടങ്ങിയ കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് ഒരു ചോദ്യത്തിൽ വന്നിട്ടുള്ളത്. ആറ്റിങ്ങൽ പറയാമോ? ആറ്റിങ്ങൽ 3 ടെക്നോളജികൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്.
ആറ്റിങ്ങല് നമുക്ക് വേറെ ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടൊന്നും ഉണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല. ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു സാങ്കേതിക വിദ്യ നമ്മൾ നടപ്പിലാക്കുന്നതിൽ എല്ലാവരുടെയും സപ്പോർട്ട് നമുക്കുണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ളൂ. ശുചിത്വ മിഷന്റെ ആയാലും മറ്റ് ഏജൻസികളുടെ ആയാലും സപ്പോർട്ട് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുള്ളൂ. പിന്നെ ജനങ്ങളുടെ വലിയൊരു പിന്തുണ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ കാര്യത്തിൽ ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതിലേക്ക് ജനങ്ങളെ അവയർനെസ്സിലേക്ക് കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ വേണ്ടി കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ മറ്റേതൊരു തടസ്സങ്ങളും ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് നേരിടേണ്ടി വന്നിട്ടില്ല. ഒരു കാര്യത്തിലും ഈ പ്രോജക്റ്റുകളെല്ലാം നടപ്പിലാക്കുമ്പോഴും ആരുടെയും ഒരുവിധ തടസ്സങ്ങളും ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഉണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല.
രണ്ടാമത്തെ ചോദ്യം ഞാൻ ട്രാൻസ്ലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ I shall translate it for others. Mr. Dr. Varmaji, may I translate it for ഇവിടെ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്തവരുടെ വേണ്ടി ഞാൻ ട്രാൻസ്ലേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുകയാണ്. രണ്ടാമത്തെ ചോദ്യം, സാധാരണ കാണുന്ന കർമ്മസേനയിൽ നമ്മുടെ പ്രസന്റേഷനിലൊക്കെ കണ്ടതെല്ലാം ലേഡീസാണ്. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് പുരുഷന്മാർ ഈ ജോലിക്ക് മുന്നോട്ട് വരാത്തത്? സാധാരണ വൃത്തിയാക്കുക എന്നുള്ള ജോലി സ്ത്രീകളുടെ ആണ് എന്നൊരു ധാരണ വല്ലതും ഉണ്ടോ? രണ്ടാമത്തെ ചോദ്യം. മൂന്നാമത്തെ ചോദ്യം, ഈ കർമ്മസേനയിൽ ഉൾപ്പെട്ടിട്ടുള്ള ആൾക്കാര് ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു പ്രത്യേക ജാതിയിൽ നിന്നോ മറ്റോ ഉള്ളവരും വല്ലോ ആണോ എന്ന് ആണ് മൂന്നാമത്തെ ചോദ്യം. ഇതിനെപ്പറ്റി
ഒരു ചോദ്യം കൂടെ ഉണ്ട്. അത് യൂസർ ഫീയുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടാണ്. ഈ യൂസർ ഫീ എല്ലായിടത്തും കളക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ എല്ലായിടത്തും ഒരേ റേറ്റ് ആണോ? പല ജനവിഭാഗങ്ങൾക്ക് പലതരത്തിലുള്ള യൂസർ ഫീ കളക്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ട സ്ഥിതി ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ടോ എന്നുള്ള ഒരു ചോദ്യവും ഉണ്ട്.
പിന്നെ യൂസർ ഫീ നിലനിർത്താനും സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ? അത് സസ്റ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ എന്നും ചോദിച്ചിരുന്നു.
അതെ,
യൂസർ ഫീയുടെ കാര്യം പറയണം. പറയണില്ലേ? അത് വേണേ ഇത് പറയണോ? യൂസർ ഫീ ഞങ്ങള് കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് വീടുകൾക്ക് 50 രൂപയും കടകൾക്ക് 100 രൂപയും വെച്ചാണ് കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. APL BPL എന്നൊരു കിഴിവൊന്നും വെച്ചിട്ടില്ല.
മറ്റേതെങ്കിലും നഗരസഭകളിൽ അങ്ങനെയുള്ള വ്യത്യാസം ഉണ്ടായിട്ടുണ്ടോ?
ഫീസ് നിരക്കല്ല അവിടുത്തെ തന്നെ ചോദ്യം. സാധാരണഗതിയിൽ ഇന്ത്യ എല്ലായിടത്തും യൂസർ ഫീ ഏർപ്പെടുത്തി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആൾ നൽകത്തില്ല, എതിർപ്പുണ്ടാവും. നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ പഞ്ചായത്തുകളിൽ എങ്ങനെയാണ് എല്ലാവരും ഇതിന് സമ്മതിച്ചത്? എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇങ്ങനെ യൂസർ ഫീ ഫലപ്രദമായിട്ട് പിരിക്കുന്നതിന് കഴിഞ്ഞത്? ഇതാണ് പ്രശ്നം.
പുനലൂരില് യൂസർ ഫീ കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് ഞങ്ങൾ വളരെയധികം മുന്നിലാണ്. തൊഴിലുറപ്പുമായി ലിങ്ക് ചെയ്ത് അവർക്ക് കൂലി കൊടുക്കുവാൻ, അവർക്ക് ശമ്പളം കൊടുക്കുന്നതിന് ഞാൻ കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ 125 ഈ ഗ്രീൻ വാളണ്ടിയേഴ്സ് ഈ മേഖലയിൽ പണിയെടുക്കുന്നവർക്ക് പ്രതിമാസം 10,000 രൂപയിൽ കുറയാത്ത വേതനം ഇപ്പോൾ ലഭിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഈ പുരുഷന്മാർ ഈ രംഗത്തേക്ക് വരാത്തത് ഈ കാലഘട്ടത്തിൽ അവര് ഈ പറയുന്ന തുകയ്ക്ക് ജോലി ചെയ്യാൻ സന്നദ്ധരല്ലാത്തതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ആയിരിക്കാം കൂടുതൽ പുരുഷന്മാർ ഈ മേഖലയിൽ കടന്നു വരാത്തെന്നാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ കരുതുന്നത്.
ഹലോ, ഏറാമല പഞ്ചായത്ത്, ഏറാമല ഗ്രാമപഞ്ചായത്ത് പ്രസിഡന്റ്. ഇവിടെ ചോദിച്ചിട്ടുള്ള ചോദ്യങ്ങളിൽ യൂസർ ഫീയുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടതാണ്. ഞങ്ങൾ പഞ്ചായത്തിൽ 9,120 വീടുണ്ട്. അതിൽ 7,760 വീടുകളിൽ നിന്ന് യൂസർ ഫീ പ്രയാസം കൂടാതെ ലഭിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഞങ്ങൾ ഒഴിവാക്കിയിട്ടുള്ളത് ലക്ഷം വീടും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ 4 സെന്റ് കോളനികളെയും ആളുകളെ നമ്മൾ ഒഴിവാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. സാമ്പത്തികമായി പിന്നോക്കം നിൽക്കുന്ന ആളുകൾ ഒഴിവാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഈ യൂസർ ഫീ കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് മുമ്പായിട്ട് ഓരോ 40 വീടുകൾക്കും 1 വീതം ക്ലസ്റ്ററുകൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കി മൊത്തം പഞ്ചായത്തിൽ 230 ക്ലസ്റ്ററുകൾ പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നു. ബോധവൽക്കരണത്തിലൂടെ ശുചിത്വ സംഘവും ശുചിത്വ സെമിനാറും ഒക്കെ സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് വാർഡ് തല മോണിറ്ററിംഗ് കമ്മിറ്റി അതിനെ പരിശോധിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്, മോണിറ്റർ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇനി തരാത്ത വീടുകൾ പഞ്ചായത്ത് ഫ്രണ്ട് ഓഫീസ് റിപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്ത് പഞ്ചായത്തിൽ നികുതി അടക്കം വരുമ്പോൾ അവരെ ഈ കാര്യങ്ങൾ ബോധ്യപ്പെടുത്തി കളക്ട് ഏർപ്പാടും ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് യൂസർ ഫീ ലഭിക്കുന്നതിൽ യാതൊരു പ്രയാസം ഉണ്ടായിട്ടില്ല. പിന്നെ ഞങ്ങൾ കുടുംബശ്രീ യൂണിറ്റിൽ നിന്നാണ് കുടുംബശ്രീ ഈ കർമ്മസേനാംഗങ്ങളെ തെരഞ്ഞെടുത്തുള്ളത്. അപ്പൊ കുടുംബശ്രീയിൽ നിന്ന് സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ട് കുടുംബശ്രീ യൂണിറ്റിൽ സ്ത്രീകളല്ലേ ഉണ്ടാവുക. അപ്പൊ അതിങ്ങനെ തെരഞ്ഞെടുത്തിട്ട് അതിൽ നിന്ന് സെലക്ഷൻ നടത്തിയിട്ടാണ് 38 കർമ്മസേനാംഗങ്ങളെ തെരഞ്ഞെടുത്തുള്ളത്. പിന്നെ ജാതിയുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട ഒരു പ്രശ്നമില്ല. എല്ലാ ജാതിയിലും എല്ലാ മതത്തിലും പെട്ട ആളുകൾ ഇതുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് സഹകരിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഒരു പ്രയാസമില്ല. ഇതൊരു ശക്തമായ മോണിറ്ററിംഗ് ഉണ്ട്. ആ മോണിറ്ററിംഗ് ഉള്ളത് കൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് പ്രയാസമില്ല, നന്നായിട്ട് മുന്നോട്ട് പോകുന്നുണ്ട്. നഗരസഭ, കുന്നംകുളം നഗരസഭയിലെ ജനകീയമായിട്ടുള്ള ബോധവൽക്കരണവും അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ കർശനമായിട്ടുള്ള നടപടികളും ഫൈൻ ഈടാക്കലും ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ കഴിഞ്ഞ കാലഘട്ടത്തിനുള്ളിൽ 3,68,000 രൂപ ഫൈൻ ഈടാക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ജനങ്ങളിൽ നിന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ പിരിച്ചെടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ആദ്യകാലങ്ങളിലൊക്കെ താക്കീത് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് 1ഉം 2ഉം തവണ അവർക്ക് വിട്ടുകൊടുത്തുകൊണ്ടും വീണ്ടും അത് ആവർത്തിക്കുമ്പോഴാണ് ഞങ്ങൾ ഫൈൻ ഈടാക്കിയിരുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ ആ ഒരു ബോധവൽക്കരണത്തിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് ആളുകൾ യൂസർ ഫീ കൃത്യമായി തരാനും അത് ഓരോ മാസങ്ങൾ ചെല്ലും തോറും അത് അതിന്റെ ഉപഭോക്താക്കളുടെ എണ്ണം വർദ്ധിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക. അപ്പൊ ഈ തരത്തിൽ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് യൂസർ ഫീയുടെ കാര്യത്തിൽ യാതൊരു പ്രശ്നവുമില്ല. അത് മാത്രമല്ല, ഈ ചിക്കൻ വേസ്റ്റ് എടുക്കുമ്പോൾ കിലോന് 5 രൂപ വെച്ചിട്ട് കടകളിൽ നിന്ന് ലഭിക്കുന്നു. വീടുകളിൽ നിന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾ യൂസർ ഫീ 60 രൂപയാണ് വാങ്ങുന്നത്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ കടകളിൽ നിന്ന് 100 രൂപയും വാങ്ങിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഇത്തരത്തിൽ ആളുകളുടെ ബോധവൽക്കരണവും അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ കർശനമായ നടപടിയാണ് ഈ യൂസർ ഫീ കൃത്യമായി തരാനുള്ള കാരണം.
മാഡം, ഏതെങ്കിലും വിഭാഗക്കാരെ ഒഴിവാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടോ കളക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നതിൽ നിന്ന്?
ഇല്ല, പാവപ്പെട്ട കുടുംബങ്ങളിൽ നിന്ന് തീരെ പൈസ തരാനില്ലാത്ത കുടുംബങ്ങളെ ഞങ്ങൾ ഒഴിവാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ കൃത്യമായി അവര് അത് വേസ്റ്റ് പ്ലാസ്റ്റിക് ഒക്കെ കളക്ട് ചെയ്ത് കൃത്യമായി അടക്കി വെച്ച് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് തരുന്നുണ്ട്. സാറേ, ഈ പൊതുസ്ഥലത്ത് കൊണ്ടുപോയി ഡംപ് ചെയ്യുന്നൊരു സാഹചര്യം ഇപ്പൊ ഇല്ല. കഴിഞ്ഞ കുറെ വർഷങ്ങളായിട്ട് പൊതുസ്ഥലത്ത് കൊണ്ടുപോയി വേസ്റ്റ് ഡംപ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു സാഹചര്യം, അത് തന്നെയാണ് ഏറ്റവും വലിയ നേട്ടം. ആരോഗ്യ പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന രൂപത്തിലേക്ക് പൊതുസ്ഥലത്തില്ല. എല്ലാം നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. വീടുകളിലെ മാലിന്യങ്ങൾ സംസ്കരിക്കാൻ സാധിക്കുന്നു, പൊതുസ്ഥലത്തെ മാലിന്യങ്ങൾ ഒരു രീതി ഇതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടിട്ട് വന്നിട്ട് മാലിന്യം ശാപമല്ല സമ്പത്താണെന്നുള്ളൊരു രീതിയിലേക്ക് കടക്കാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ആരോഗ്യ പ്രശ്നം പരിഹരിക്കാൻ സാധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ജൈവവളം നിർമ്മാണത്തിലൂടെ കാർഷിക മേഖലയിലേക്ക് ഒരു മുൻതൂക്കം കൂട്ടുന്ന രൂപത്തിൽ നല്ല ജൈവവളം ഉത്പാദിപ്പിക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും. ഇതുപോലെ വലിയ നേട്ടങ്ങളാണ് സാർ. അതുകൊണ്ട് യാതൊരു പ്രയാസമില്ല. ഇത് തുടർന്നു കൊണ്ടുപോകാൻ ശരി, അധികാര വികേന്ദ്രീകരണത്തിന്റെ ഭാഗമായിട്ട് അധികാരത്തോടൊപ്പം സമ്പത്തും കൂടി കിട്ടിയപ്പോൾ പഞ്ചായത്തുകൾക്ക് സ്വയം പര്യാപ്തമായി അവരെ നിയമപരമായ കാര്യം നിർവഹിക്കാൻ, ശുചിത്വം ഉണ്ടാക്കിയെടുക്കാൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മാലിന്യം സംസ്കരിക്കാനുള്ള നിയമം കഴിഞ്ഞു എന്നുള്ള ഏറ്റവും വലിയ കാര്യം.
I think we should now sum up the discussion on this point and move on to some other additional point. The general answer seems to be that there's a tremendous social pressure on every household to comply, to give the user fee. Now, the Ramala Panchayat president explained how they have formed small neighborhood groups for this purpose. And these groups see to that everybody do pay the user fee. There is an awareness program and so on. So there's a social pressure on every household to contribute in terms of the user fee. That seems to be the main mechanism. There is nothing else that is possible. But it was also said that for very poor households, they would exempt it. But universally everywhere, what would emerge is that institutions, there's compulsion over the municipality or panchayat has got licensing authority and so on. Therefore, they will have to comply. And if you look, much higher component relatively would come from this institutional collection. So that seems to be the broader understanding that would emerge. Now, regarding why women are employed, the answer given was that the Haritha Karma Sena is drawn from Kudumbashree. It's a subset of Kudumbashree. That's why women are more employed. But I must honestly also, it's referently the question was right. Cleaning is seen as a gender division of labor. That is the extension of the household task of women into the public sphere. That's I wouldn't deny that. But there is also an economic issue. The reserve price of male labor in Kerala would be something more near to 1,000 rupees. And female labor would be much lower. This is because of the lower participation of women in the work outside and high rate of unemployment. And therefore, this being a relatively low-paying occupation, women would be the feasible alternative. So that's a problematic, real issue that would come. But if you look at, for example, permanent cleaning workers in the municipalities and so on, they would be all male. There will be female also, but they're predominantly male because they're much better paid. So I think this is a very complex issue that you touched upon. This is a real problem, social problem in Kerala. So I think this is the response that largely came.
One more. There is no caste discrimination in taking up this Haritha Karma Sena task.
There's no caste. That's right. It's not caste-based. In fact, we have no Safai Karmadari caste in Kerala. In fact, that's not there at all. But if you ask me, I would say they would come not from the upper caste as such. That would be relatively lower in the municipal employees and so on. But Haritha Karma Sena you take, it will cut across caste, even upper caste and so on. Women would be working. So I don't think it is based upon caste at all. No.
There are a couple of more issues which just to be addressed to the panchayat municipalities. ഈ സിസ്റ്റം ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഈ വേസ്റ്റ് മാനേജ്മെന്റ് സിസ്റ്റത്തിന് റെഗുലർ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഡീജനറേഷൻ വന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. അപ്പൊ സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും ആ ഡീജനറേഷൻ കുറച്ച് ഫാസ്റ്റുമാണ്. അപ്പൊ അത് വെഹിക്കിൾ ആയാലും മറ്റ് മെക്കാനിക്കൽ പാർട്സ് ആയാലും ഒക്കെ വളരെ വേഗം ഡീജനറേറ്റ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും. അപ്പൊ സിസ്റ്റം സസ്റ്റൈനബിലിറ്റിക്ക് ഈ ഡീജനറേഷനെ അഡ്രസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു സംവിധാനത്തിലേക്ക്, അതിനുള്ള ഒരു സാമ്പത്തിക സഹായത്തിലേക്കൊക്കെ മുനിസിപ്പാലിറ്റികൾ ആലോചിക്കേണ്ടതുണ്ട്. അത് എങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കും എന്നുള്ളൊരു പ്രശ്നമുണ്ട്. പീരിയോഡിക്കലായിട്ടുള്ള അപ്ഗ്രഡേഷൻ ഈ സിസ്റ്റത്തിന് വേണ്ടി വരും. രണ്ടാമതായിട്ട് ഈ സിസ്റ്റം ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്ത് വന്നിട്ടുള്ളത് ആ മുനിസിപ്പാലിറ്റിയിലെയോ പഞ്ചായത്തിലെയോ ക്യാമ്പയിൻ ലീഡേഴ്സിന്റെ ശ്രമഫലമായിട്ടാണ്. അതിനുള്ള അഡ്മിനിസ്ട്രേറ്റീവ് സപ്പോർട്ട് ഉണ്ടായതിന്റെ ഫലമായിട്ടാണ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഇവരൊക്കെ തന്നെ പീരിയോഡിക്കലായിട്ട് ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യാനുള്ള സാധ്യതയുണ്ട്. അപ്പൊ ആ ഒരു പശ്ചാത്തലത്തിൽ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഒരു ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷന് ബിൽഡ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് ഈ സിസ്റ്റത്തിനെ നിലനിർത്താനായിട്ടാവുക എന്നുള്ള ഒരു ചോദ്യമുണ്ട്. മൂന്നാമതായിട്ട് ഈ ഹരിത കർമ്മസേന നിലവിൽ എങ്ങനെ അവരുടെ സോഷ്യൽ ഹെൽത്ത് ആൻഡ് എൻവയോൺമെന്റൽ സേഫ് ഗാർഡ് സിസ്റ്റം പ്രൊട്ടക്ട് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സാധിക്കും. ഇപ്പൊ നിലവിൽ കുറച്ചധികം കാര്യങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ അതൊരു സ്ഥിരം സംവിധാനമായിട്ട് മാറാനായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു രീതിയിലേക്ക് മാറേണ്ടതായിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ടെക്നോളജി അപ്രോപ്രിയേറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ചേഞ്ച് ചെയ്യേണ്ടി വരും. ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളിലേക്ക് എങ്ങനെ മുനിസിപ്പാലിറ്റികളുടെ മാറണം ഓർഗാനിക് വേസ്റ്റ് മാനേജ്മെന്റ് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് എന്നുള്ളൊരു കുറച്ച് ആസ്പെക്ട്സ് ഇതുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ടുണ്ട്. സ്വാഭാവികമായിട്ടും അത്തരത്തിലുള്ള ആസ്പെക്റ്റുകളൂടെ ചേർത്തുകൊണ്ടുള്ള ഗൈഡ് ലൈൻസ് ഉണ്ടാകേണ്ടതായിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതുവരെയുള്ള എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഈ സംവിധാനത്തിന്റെ ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഷണൽ സിസ്റ്റത്തിനും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ടെക്നോളജികൾ അപ്രോപ്രിയേറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് മാറ്റാനും ഒക്കെ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ഈ ഗൈഡ് ലൈൻസിനെ കുറിച്ച് ഗവൺമെന്റ് ആലോചിക്കേണ്ടതായിട്ടില്ലേ എന്നുള്ളൊരു ചോദ്യം പൊതുവിൽ എനിക്ക്.
I'll try to sum up, and also give some comments. The biggest take from these presentations is that it shows that decentralized waste management is feasible, sustainable, and viable. Now, it's sustainable. Already, I think, who was it? Yeah, Varma himself had pointed out that Attica municipality started this program in 2005. Has a long period of enough to show how the system is sustainable. I would say Alappuzha municipality even more interesting because it has survived a political change. The political character of the municipality changed, but still the program went on. So there is no doubt that this program, decentralized waste management, is sustainable. Why do I say that? Because one criticism against waste management decentralized is that if you have a centralized plant and so on, you have a management, etc., independent, so it will run on its own steam. But on the hand, decentralized waste management depends upon participation of people, awareness, consciousness, and so on. And therefore, it is difficult for it to sustain. Well, some of the presentations here show that opposite is the case. Second is feasible. That decentralized management of solid waste is eminently feasible. ഞാൻ ആദ്യം പറഞ്ഞത് ഇത് സ്ഥായിയായിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു ഉപാധിയാണ്. രാഷ്ട്രീയ മാറ്റങ്ങൾ വന്നിട്ട് പോലും ആലപ്പുഴ സസ്റ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്തു. ആറ്റിങ്ങില് 2005 മുതലുണ്ട്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇത് സസ്റ്റൈനബിൾ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു മെത്തഡാണ്. രണ്ടാമത്തത് ഫീസിബിൾ ആണ്. Now look at the technologies, Varma, the last point that you raised about the choice of technology. Now here is the strength of decentralized waste management. You can see a whole spectrum of technologies that are employed. It's not just uniform. For example, if you take Alappuzha and among the Panchayat, Teramala and so on, and Nirur also, there is no centralized waste management plant at all. On the other hand, other municipalities and even Panchayats, there is a windrow composting center, which is centralized. So it is just not one model. Even while pursuing a decentralized environment-friendly processing, there are municipalities and panchayats that do not opt for any centralized system but depend upon decentralized system, while opposite experience also is there. If you want to understand why, for example, in Trivandrum corporation, one of the biggest corporations, there is no centralized plant, windrow or any. Simply because of the bad experience of people, they wouldn't permit it. There is no choice. That's a simple reason. And if you look at the decentralized technologies that are being employed, look at the variety. You have seen the pictures, starting from simple compost pits, which are more dominant in the rural areas. Even I'm surprised to find the pipe composts are functioning well. Then bio bins, biogas plants. Then you have got community composting centers, the Tumpurumuri model, and so on. And then you have windrow centralized plants. And even the windrow centralized plants, you'll find, for example, one of the municipalities, they're entirely based upon, say, cocoa peat inoculum. Alappuzha, they used leaves and inoculum, dry leaves and inoculum. And some of the municipalities are surprised they don't put the dry leaves, still they use it. And you can see the difference from the visual pictures itself. Kundangulam municipality, there is absolutely no leachate. It's so clean relatively, because they're using cocoa peat, and as the municipal chairperson himself has said, that absorbs all the leachate. But on the hand, though effective, some of the more centralized windrow systems, there's a leachate is obviously a kind of problem. So there's a whole diversity of choice of technology which is more appropriate to the local conditions. But transfer of the technology, if you look, there is always some agency. In 3 cases, it's IRTC, is a technology provider. In Kodamangalam municipality, it has been the local engineering college and so on. Again, these material collection centers, the most beautiful one to me has been Punalur. It's just beautiful here. At the end of the presentation, you saw a large number of installations. It's more beautiful than what is seen in the film. When you enter the material collection center, you don't feel that you're entering a waste processing area. On the hand, you are entering a museum or something. And then slowly you became aware, now these are created from the waste that is generated from the plant there, and so on. So this, I think, is a great strength of decentralization. It allows freedom for local planners to choose their technology, adapt to their local conditions, and so on. So this has proved viable, feasible. And viability, the best presentation, I think, was from, again, Kundangulam. See, fantastic here. If you add the stock of manure, the price of the stock of manure, it comes to 15 lakh rupees. 1 year profit, surplus, put it that way, not profit, surplus generated. Again, a panchayat, Eramala Panchayat, I could make the calculations, but still, evidently it is viable, this proposition. But this is some point which I think perhaps after paying, they can, Alappuzha, Punalur, and Attingal can respond to. Because the whole manure is given away free. Why? You see, once you start giving away free, I have always believed its price is underestimated. Is there any reason why Punalur, you are giving it free? Alappuzha, and also Attingal. Attingal particularly because you have the longest experience. Even if it is a low price, you don't need to put a 10 rupee per kg in the plastic bag. So, but 2 rupees, 3 rupees. The reason I say this is the Kundangulam municipality and Eramala Panchayat, so both Panchayat and municipality show a total self-sustaining business model for Harida Karmasena. It's an enterprise. They can generate money, they can pay themselves decent wages, not some paltry amount of 9,000, much better wages, perhaps a bonus, and still function. You see, it is important that these become viable business enterprises if it is to survive in the long term. One doesn't have to have a huge waste to energy model to have it as a viable enterprise. Even this is viable so much. Kundangulam shows the way that way. They have costed the Korpith, but Korpith they get virtually free. If they remove the cost of Korpith, it's an amazingly huge profitable enterprise. That is so not giving it free, but for a price, can convert the Harida Karmasena into a viable sustaining business proposition. So there are so many other things which can be lessons learned from these small presentations. But there is one point, I think it was already mentioned, I don't know who, Shiny, I don't know. Yeah, Shiny. It is about liquid waste management, you see. Yeah, we have been concentrating on solid waste management. I think Harida Mission, suppose this pandemic had not struck, half the Kerala would have been declared solid waste free. Where collection at lower level, treatment at the household or the community level, and linking it with the agriculture, all these are going on so many panchayats. At least half of them would become Harida panchayats and Harida municipalities. We missed that boat because now you can't declare that way. I don't know. Seema should say what is happening to the target that you declare. But liquid waste is the next target. So we are achieving only halfway through. One thing is just not feasible. One, you are not going to have centralized plans for water treatment, nor is it functioning. So the DWAT system that Alappuzha municipality presented with respect to Chattanad colony, that holds some lessons. Just like solid waste management system, decentralized approach we innovated, it's important to think how gray and black water waste can be treated. And that's a big question that would still remain even after achieving the present targets. I will stop here. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു ചോദ്യത്തിന് ഉത്തരം കൂടി ഉണ്ട്, അത് ഞാനങ്ങ് മലയാളത്തിൽ പറയാം. ചോദ്യം പുനലൂര്, ആലപ്പുഴ, ആറ്റിങ്ങൽ മുനിസിപ്പാലിറ്റിയോട്, ആറ്റിങ്ങൽ വെച്ച് തുടങ്ങാം, പുനലൂർ, ആലപ്പുഴ. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ മന്യൂവർ ഫ്രീ ആയിട്ട് കൊടുക്കേണ്ടി വരുന്നത്? ബാക്കി എല്ലായിടത്തും അവർ നല്ല വിലക്ക് വിറ്റുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. അത് പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട വരുമാന മാർഗം. അതുകൂടി വരുമ്പോൾ ആലപ്പുഴ മുനിസിപ്പാലിറ്റി വണ്ടി ആവശ്യം ഇല്ലാതെ വരുന്നത്, ആളുകളുടെ എണ്ണം, മറ്റേ ജീവനക്കാരുടെ വേണ്ടാതെ വരുന്നതൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞു. പക്ഷെ ഇതൊരു വലിയ വരുമാന മാർഗമാണ്. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് നമുക്കിത് കഴിയാത്തത് എന്ന് ഈ 3 പേര് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാം. അതുകൂടി ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇത് പെർഫെക്റ്റ്ലി വയബിൾ ആണ്. ആറ്റിങ്ങൽ ചെയർമാൻ. അൺമ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യൂ. റൈറ്റ്.
ആറ്റിങ്ങലിൽ പൂർണ്ണമായും സൗജന്യമായിട്ടല്ല കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. ആറ്റിങ്ങലിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം വളരെ കാലമായി ഈ നെൽകൃഷി ഇല്ലാതിരുന്ന ഒരു കാലമായിരുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ നെൽകൃഷി തുടങ്ങിയപ്പോൾ അവർക്ക് അവരെ പ്രോത്സാഹിപ്പിക്കുന്നതിനോട് കുറെ സൗജന്യമായിട്ട് കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ 2 രൂപയ്ക്കാണ് ജൈവവളം കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. വെർമി കമ്പോസ്റ്റ് 20 രൂപയ്ക്കുമാണ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. ഡിമാൻഡ് കുറവാണ് എന്നുള്ളത് മറ്റൊരു കാര്യം.
പുനലൂർ
സൗജന്യമല്ല.
പുനലൂർ
എയറോബിക് കമ്പോസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് ലഭിക്കുന്ന വളം നമുക്ക് പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് സ്റ്റോർ ചെയ്യാനുള്ള സാഹചര്യം ഇല്ലാത്തതുകൊണ്ട് അന്നേരം തന്നെ നമ്മൾ ആവശ്യപ്പെടുന്ന കൊടുക്കുകയാണ്, ഫ്രീ ആയിട്ട് കൊടുക്കുകയാണ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ വീടുകളിൽ ഉറവിട മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരിച്ച് അവിടെ ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന പൈപ്പ് കമ്പോസ്റ്റ് ലഭിക്കുന്ന വളങ്ങൾ അവിടെ കൃഷിക്ക് തന്നെ അതേ വീടുകളിൽ തന്നെ അവർ കൃഷിക്കായിട്ട് ഉപയോഗിക്കുകയാണ്. അത് വീണ്ടും നമ്മൾ പൈപ്പ് കമ്പോസ്റ്റ് ആയാലും ബയോ ഗ്യാസ് പ്ലാന്റിൽ കൂടെ ലഭിക്കുന്നത് അവർ തന്നെ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ അതിന് വേണ്ടി പ്രത്യേകം നമ്മൾ ചാർജ് ഈടാക്കേണ്ടതല്ല. അവരത് വളമായിട്ട് ഉപയോഗിച്ച് കൃഷിക്ക് കാർഷിക ആവശ്യങ്ങൾക്ക് ഉപയോഗിച്ചു വരുന്നു.
ആലപ്പുഴ
അതെ അതെ സാറേ, അതായത് നമുക്ക് സാറിന് അറിയാമല്ലോ, നമുക്ക് എറോബിക്കുന്ന നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്ന ഈ വേസ്റ്റുകൾ നമ്മൾ കർഷകർക്കാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇതിന്റെ വളമായിട്ട് വളം കൊടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക്, അതായത് ലോഡ് കണക്കിന് വാഹനങ്ങളിൽ നമുക്ക് കൊടുത്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത് കർഷകർക്കാണ് നമ്മൾ കൊടുത്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നത്. പക്ഷെ ഇതിനൊരു മാറ്റം വരാൻ പോവാണ്. നമുക്ക് സാറുമായിട്ടൊന്ന് ആലോചിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി, സാർ ആലപ്പുഴ വരുമ്പോൾ ആലോചിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിരിക്കുക. നമ്മള് സുഭിക്ഷ കേരളം എന്നും പറഞ്ഞൊരു പദ്ധതി ഇപ്പൊ സംസ്ഥാന സർക്കാർ നടപ്പാക്കാൻ പോകുന്നു. നമുക്ക് അതിനകത്ത് എല്ലാ വീട്ടിലും ഈ പച്ചക്കറി നിർബന്ധമായും വെച്ച് പിടിപ്പിക്കണം, വിഷരഹിതമായ പച്ചക്കറി കഴിക്കണം, ജൈവ വളത്തിൽ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്ന പച്ചക്കറി കഴിക്കണം എന്നൊക്കെയുള്ള നമ്മുടെ ആഗ്രഹം. ആ രീതിയിലാണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് ഈ വേസ്റ്റ് ഇത് തരാൻ വരുന്ന ആളുകൾക്ക് തന്നെ നമുക്ക് വളമാക്കി അവരുടെ കയ്യിൽ പാക്ക് ചെയ്ത് അവരുടെ കയ്യിൽ തന്നെ കൊടുത്തുവിടാനുള്ള ഒരു സംവിധാനമാണ് ആലപ്പുഴ നഗരസഭ, ചെറിയ രീതിയിൽ നമുക്ക് കൊടുത്തുവിടാനുള്ള സംവിധാനമാണ് നമ്മുടെ നഗരസഭ ആലോചിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. ആദ്യം നമ്മൾ ചെറിയ പൈസയ്ക്കാണ് നമ്മൾ കൊടുക്കുന്നത്. അതിനകത്ത് ചെറിയ പൈസ ആദ്യം നമ്മൾ നാട്ടുകാരിൽ നമ്മൾ വാങ്ങുന്നുള്ളൂ. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ് നമുക്ക് ഇത് ബയോ ടംബ്ലർ എന്നും പറഞ്ഞൊരു സാധനമുണ്ട്. ഈ വളം പൊടിച്ച് നമുക്ക് ഇത് പാക്ക് ചെയ്ത് കൊടുക്കുന്ന ഒരു സംവിധാനമുണ്ട്. അതിന്റെ കെട്ടിടത്തിന്റെ നിർമ്മാണം നടന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. നടന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഉടനെ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് ഈ സാധാരണഗതിയിൽ ഇപ്പം 90-120 ദിവസം ആകുമ്പോഴാണ് നമ്മൾ ഇതിന്റെ ഈ വളം എടുക്കുന്നത്. ഇതിപ്പം 20-40 ഇടയ്ക്ക് ദിവസത്തിൽ നമ്മൾ ഇത് എടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് പൊടിച്ച് വളവാക്കി കൊടുക്കുന്ന ഒരു സംവിധാനത്തിന് നമ്മൾ കഴിഞ്ഞ ദിവസം തറക്കല്ലിട്ടു കെട്ടിടത്തിന്. അത് പണി തീർന്നാൽ ഉടനെ തന്നെ നമ്മൾ ടെൻഡർ ചെയ്യും. ബയോ ടംബ്ലർ വെച്ച് അത് വളവാക്കി നമുക്ക് കൊടുത്തു മറ്റ് സ്ഥലങ്ങളിലേക്ക് വിൽക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു വലിയ വിലയ്ക്ക് വിൽക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു സംവിധാനമാണ് ആലോചിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അത് എല്ലാം സാറിന് അറിയാം. സാറാണ് ആലപ്പുഴയ്ക്ക് ഈ മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണത്തിന്റെ ഒരു പുത്തൻ സംസ്കാരം കൊണ്ടുതന്ന തന്നെ ബഹുമാനായ ഐസക് സാറാണെന്ന് പറയുന്നതിൽ എനിക്ക് അഭിമാനമുണ്ട്. അതായത് വികേന്ദ്രീകൃത മാലിന്യ സംസ്കരണമാണെങ്കിലും ഇപ്പൊ ഇതാണ് എറോബിക് ആണെങ്കിലും ഒക്കെ സാറിന്റെ ഒരു പ്രധാന ഒരു പങ്ക് അതിനകത്ത് എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം, കേരളം മുഴുവൻ അറിയാം. ആലപ്പുഴ മാതൃക കേരളത്തിനും ഇന്ത്യക്കും കാണിച്ചു കൊടുത്തത് ബഹുമാനായ മന്ത്രി തന്നെയാണ്. അത് ഇനിയും നമുക്ക് കൂടായി ആലോചിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഒരുപാട് മാറ്റങ്ങൾ നമുക്ക് വരുത്താനുണ്ട്.
I am concluding. Joseph will let us say something. There are two issues for policy for future. One is regarding this manure itself. One, a kind of scientific testing of the fertilizing qualities of biocompost in various places, and a standard pattern of reinforcing them so that they get a kind of brand value and is able to command a price in the market. Already it has, but I think there is need to have a much more centralized intervention to this aspect. And secondly, is a new issue. If you take all these panchayats and municipalities, a common feature is that, except for Alleppey, they have, converted in the traditional trenching yards or waste dumping yards into modern facilities. Okay, that transformation is there in every place. But there is also a disturbing trend, Sharada, that in some places, particularly the elections coming, some people are taking to populist things. There must have been a dumping yard, etc. Now you clean it, but instead of building a waste treatment facility, a populist use is found for it as a playground or constructing a building and so on. In Kerala, if you lose a place where we have a waste treatment facility, tomorrow you are not going to get it. Though I hate to say some restrictions has to be put, but I think there is need to look into it. Some regulatory mechanism has to be put in place. All these panchayats and municipalities present here, Alleppuzha, their dumping yard is outside the town. and therefore they can't use it for anything else. Now it cannot be used even for waste treatment, but in other places they are transformed into treatment centers. So this is another issue for the department to look into. Yes.
Can I add one point now? Yeah, it's about finance minister said about
and Jagajeevan, Seema.
Yeah.
And also before we conclude, Shibu was there.
Yes.
And Jagajeevan, they should say comment something. Okay, you.
I think Jagajeevan can respond to your query about the declaration of clean status. I think he will respond to that. Jagajeevan.
So yeah, come on.
Actually, no. 571 panchayats actually completed the basic facility for the decentralized waste management system, and 51 municipalities reaching to the they are all covered the basic facility for the decentralized management system. Actually, this pandemic is actually blocked this activity to finish before the August 15th. But we expect that the end of the September, August, we can achieve more than 300 panchayat of the solid waste management free panchayat. No doubt on that. And now the Kudumbashree took a good initiative on it to place the Haritha Karma Sena as an enterprise model. They deputed the block coordinators and the city mission managers to facilitate Haritha Karma Sena to place as an enterprise model. And now Clean Kerala Company, already issued a order on to the buyback on the non-degradable waste from the MCF and RR. So now the systems are improved, and Shujitva Mission, now the Shujitva Mission is planning to start a big campaign for segregation activities. And the MGNRJ and Ayangali Mission already initiated to establish the source level composting facility. Means all the related agencies are took a very good leadership for reaching to the our target. So it is a good momentum we can create by the support of the local body. This is the present status of our waste management program.
Shibu, I saw your face somewhere. Achon Nair? Keshav Nair?
Sir, good evening, sir. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity for me. Sir, actually, the 7 presentations the local governments issued, presented, actually, one thing is very much evident that in all the local governments, the systems are meant for decentralized waste management is in position. And this is, of course, it is replicated in other local governments also. We have seen that the decentralized waste management system, what the government has put forward in 2016-17 is well going up, and it has given good results. In fact, in my case also, I can tell one example that the non-biodegradable waste, the plastic waste management, 1,200 metric ton plastic waste has been shredded and used for a road construction. In some of the municipalities, Kodamangalam and Punalur has mentioned that also here. And their shredded plastic has been used for road construction. 1,200 metric ton already used for that, and that process is going on. 135 RRF has shredding facility, and of course they are producing shredded plastic, and it is being taken for a road construction. So it is one of the good examples that we can cite it for the as a national model. In fact, sir, all these 7 local governments deserves appreciation, and their commitment to the decentralized waste management system is very much commendable and also very promising, sir. Thank you, sir.
Shibu, brief.
Unmute, please unmute.
Unmute cheyanam.
One, the presentations were actually showing, like, if I remember correctly, like when government of Kerala was formulating the policy on solid waste for the first time, it was Malinya Mukta Kerala, and there was a kind of a strategy and approach. And right now, when we look back, it proves that the strategy and the approach were correct, and that need a minor course correction and maybe fine tuning for efficiency. So for example, the 15-year long history of Attingal municipality, or the kind of miraculous success from Punalur municipality, or the world model kind of Alapi model, all these models are actually proving the steps taken by government of Kerala for solid waste management, with the approach of sector-wise and decentralized source-level management is right. And I think this also reiterates we have to back the entire LSGs in Kerala to continue this process without any distraction. Unfortunately, there are some distractions are seen for centralized models, but I think this is the right time for us to. And the COVID scenario also proved that in the COVID scenario, only these models actually survived, and that helped the municipalities, including Trivandrum, could manage their waste with their decentralized waste management systems. So I think these sessions were very good in that sense. Like it was actually kind of a consolidated result for the entire effort by Kerala Shujitva Mission and Haritha Kerala Mission, with the support of the local self bodies in Kerala. Thank you, sir.
Honorable Finance Minister Dr. T.M. Thomas Isaac, Chairperson of Haritha Kerala Mission Dr. T.N. Srima, Director of KILA Dr. Joy Ulaman, Srimati Sharada Muralidharan, representatives of municipalities and the panchayats made the presentations. Dr. Ajay Kumar, the moderator, and the panelists, and more importantly, our esteemed friends who have logged in. Friends, I think we know that during the last 2.5 hours, we had, I must say, an eminent treat for any learning mind. The local self-governments have shown us that the waste, as someone rightly said, the waste is no more a curse, but it is a treasure. And they have very clearly articulated the silent revolution which is going on. And we had an equally articulating panelists who have brought in different insights, and the discussion that followed was eminently useful. I must, on behalf of KILA, I must congratulate all of you for the eminent work that you have done. And I am very sure this is going to be a model for not only others within Kerala, and even for many others to follow. So we thank all of you, all the local government representatives who have shown that they are not only simple doers, they can also articulate the 10 minutes time. They made such wonderful things that they have made. I think I wish someone consolidate all these. I think we must consolidate all this into a book. I think it will happen sooner than later, so long as Dr. Thomas Isaac is with us, I'm very sure. So we also thank the panelists, and of course, and they have, I think, as I rightly said, they have brought in a kind of a perspective to the discussion. And Dr. Varma very eminently set the stage for that kind of a dialogue. And we are very thankful to all of you. And we know that quite many of our friends are logged in. And I want to tell the Punalur municipality that while you were presenting, there were some technical issues with respect to voice, but there won't be any problem. It will be properly recorded. And once again, we thank all of you. But we will also like to announce that during the next week, the same time at 2:30 p.m., we will again meet on yet another related issue, which is on non-biodegradable waste management. So looking forward to welcoming you again next Saturday on the same time. Thank you very much, and bye.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.